In my video yesterday, I talked about how Dogecoin had approximately a 40% chance of going all the way down to that 15-cent level, even though statistically speaking, there was a higher chance of us seeing that upside swing. Unfortunately, it has exercised some of that downward momentum. Dogecoin falling a decent amount in this live stream. I'm going to basically show you some of the reasons behind this, what caused it. If you're watching after the fact, this is Final Stand. This is the YouTube show where we go over all of the stats and analytics behind what is happening in the cryptocurrency market. The Dogecoin especially is a big focus on the channel, as well as Bitcoin, Ethereum. We talk about all of the main ones. And what I'm going to do at first is show all the stats and information. Then after that, we're just going to watch the price and see what happens throughout the day. So the first little bit here is going to be all of the valuable stuff for if you're watching after. And then after that, it is definitely going to be worth it to watch the show later today, because I will still do my full show later today with all of the extra stuff and all of the insight. So be on the lookout for that. But it's definitely unfortunate what we've been seeing going down all the way to that 22-cent level. It was testing pretty strong support around that 27-cent area. But once that broke through, it then spiked directly downwards to 22 cents, going as low as 21 cents. And I will say right off the bat, I am not selling my Dogecoin. And the reason why is because I understand. I could, yes, if I wanted to, we could all make a little bit more money. Technically, it would be less than we think because of taxes, but we could make a little bit more money by trying to time the market. But overall, if people are holding strong, I want to be participating in that, because it will mean the more people that hold, the higher the upside is going to be long term. And so I'm holding to help support those massive catalysts that are coming, from the moon landing to Tesla accepting it. There's some very positive things that can come from this. And as cryptocurrency as a whole goes down, it's going to have that door wide open for the cryptocurrencies that have the biggest catalyst that are specific to them. Dogecoin is one of the only cryptocurrencies that has a ton of really major specific catalysts to it. Not a lot of other cryptos have that same position. So we're going to talk some about what kind of is causing this first, and then I'll get into more of the watching, and we'll see what people are saying about this as definitely one of the worst days that we have seen in cryptocurrency history, and for Dogecoin as well. Dogecoin actually falling more than some of the other cryptos. I'll explain exactly why as well, because there's a couple of reasons behind that. And first, let's just look at the chart here. The entire cryptocurrency market down approximately 4% from around that 1.5 trillion to now at 1.36 trillion. If you remember, it was at around 2.5 trillion at the very peak, which is bigger than the biggest company in the world right now, being Apple, with over $2 trillion. It's around 2.2 trillion approximately. The stock market, on the flip side, has not had that bad of a day today. AMC stock, for example, still up pretty dang well. It is cryptocurrency specifically that's being hit especially hard today. And part of that is because of what we've seen with China. Part of that is because we know the US government may be having some laws coming soon, and the unknown is what is causing this, because people aren't knowing what to expect. People aren't sure. So Bitcoin down at 20% this week, 4% today. Bitcoin was actually leading some of the other altcoins in total today when we really saw the big altcoin downward momentum. Ethereum down 5%, 23% this week, so a massive drop. Binance Coin, 19%, 4% today. Cardano, 3%, 16%. XRP, 5%, 23%. Dogecoin. Then we have a massive drop for Dogecoin, going down more than any other currency in the top 7 right there, going down 15% today alone. So a massive drop, and 32% in the last week. And part of the reason for this is because Dogecoin is one of the new cryptocurrencies to that top level. For the most part, or not just for the most part, all the other cryptocurrencies at the top, XRP, Cardano, Binance Coin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, well, less so Binance Coin, but it really has more of the stable backing from being associated with Binance behind it. So that's a little bit of a different case scenario there. But Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, all of them have had a lot of experience at the top. They've already tested some of these key support levels. Dogecoin, being new to that, has not tested these levels yet, so it's going to have more volatility. That means more volatility upwards when it spikes, but also more volatility downwards when it goes down. So that's why we have seen Dogecoin falling a bit more, as also some articles. Benzinga, for example, came out with a very negative article quoting someone who is a Bitcoin investor, saying that they believe Dogecoin is going to fall even further than this, which is a scary thing to think about. But at the same time, I'm going to be buying a heck of a lot more Dogecoin if it falls more than where it is now, which I think does have a chance of happening. Let's be honest about it. It has a chance of happening. If it falls more, I'm going to be buying a heck of a lot, because at that point, Dogecoin is the only currency that's going to be the currency of Mars. At what point do you say, this is way too cheap for the future currency of Mars? At some point, people are going to start saying that, at which point people are going to buy, and then some of those big upswings that we're going to see in the future are going to happen. So fear not, they are coming. Dogecoin, if you hold for the long term, you have an extremely, extremely high chance of becoming either extremely profitable if you have a little investment, or rich if you have a large investment in Dogecoin. So we want to be keeping that optimistic long-term view because it deserves it with some of the things that are happening. As Funny Mike came in with the chat as well, let me see what Funny Mike had to say. Funny Mike, let me see if I can find that. It was somewhere there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it again. If you're still watching Funny Mike, oh, there it is. Okay, Funny Mike says, to the ground, then to the moon. Funny Mike, I imagine you probably have a similar sentiment as me, as do a lot of us. If we see it going down below a certain level, maybe around that 15 cents area, I feel like a lot of us are just going to stock up on Dogecoin. And because of that, it may not even hit the 15 cents area. I would say, actually, we have a lower probability of hitting that 15 cents area today than we did yesterday, but it's still that probability is there. So do not make any decisions thinking that it has a 0% chance of going down further, because it can continue to drop. If we see a bear market continue to move forward with Bitcoin, then that is when we should definitely be a little bit more worried about Dogecoin, what's happening with it. Bitcoin right now is testing support around that $30,000 area. If it drops below that, that's when we should be definitely worried for sure. If it goes up above 35,000 again, then we can start to look at maybe a potential bull market happening again. So those are kind of the two key areas of support that we're seeing with Bitcoin right now. It's interesting to watch it, but also a little bit nerve-wracking, as of course is justified considering the circumstances. But yeah, then thank you for the chat there. Let me read a couple more of these chats here. Facts coming in, Doge to infinity and beyond. I love seeing some of the positive sentiment even in the face of this, but if you're upset, you don't have to be anything other than upset. You're allowed, in my opinion, everyone should be allowed to feel bad right now if you continue to hold. You should be allowed to feel bad for the day. Don't let emotion cloud your decision making. If you still believe in Dogecoin for the long term, as I think we all should, then don't make a decision based on the temporary emotions. Think about what you're doing first. Be careful. Understand as well, there's taxes involved as well. So if you do decide to sell, make sure you are taking that into account. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people who have a lot of Dogecoin are not selling right now, because it's understood that if you are in a top tax bracket, as I am in, and as a lot of people who are part of the channel are in, then you are going to pay a significantly high percentage of taxes when it comes to your profits on your Dogecoin. We will, and that's not something a lot of people want to do. So definitely for sure. Sebastian as well saying sell equals clown, hold equals smiley face with the glasses on. I definitely like that sentiment coming in there. I posted some of my positions on Patreon. If you're part of the Patreon community, I just put some of my trades there that I was making when it comes to Ethereum, Classic Ethereum, and a few other cryptocurrencies I'm going to be posting on there as well. So if you want to stay up to date with what I'm doing behind the scenes and what I'm actually doing with my entire cryptocurrency portfolio, because I am treating Dogecoin differently than some of my other cryptocurrencies right now. I am making some trades behind the scenes. I am timing the market with some other cryptos and having some success with it right now. I've been making a little bit of money even in this downtrend market, as we all can. I'm going to be making more videos. If you want to stay updated on this, I'm going to make more videos on how you can make money as well, even during a down market with cryptocurrencies. Dogecoin is on its own island, in my opinion, because of all the massive upside that it has, because of its unique ability to slide in there to that top spot or those top spots. So Dogecoin is different, but with all the other cryptocurrencies, we absolutely have opportunities to make money, and we would be silly not to take advantage of them, at least to the degree that we can. USD coin, then Polkadot down 8%, Uniswap down 9%, Binance Coin or Binance USD. Then we have Bitcoin Cash down 6%. See, it's a little frustrating that they have all the stable coins on there because you have to just skip over them, but then your brain automatically reads it because it's next on the list, but whatever. Litecoin down 8%, 22% this week. Litecoin and Dogecoin both have some similarities there in that they are Dogecoin forked from Litecoin, Litecoin forked from Bitcoin, and Bitcoin definitely having a big hit from the China news that's coming out. Let me go ahead and talk about that now. Then I'll get to some of these other cryptocurrencies and what they're doing. Altcoins further down the list have definitely been hit extremely, extremely hard. We've seen some major drops this week to further down the list, especially with some of these smaller coins that some people will call the meme coins, I guess you could say, but I don't even know if we want to call them that. They're more of just funny tokens, I guess. Is that the right word? If you thought it'd be easy, you're crazy. Coming in from Pretty Penny, there's definitely some truth to that. Crow to the moon. I would love to see Crow doing some bigger moves. Been very disappointed with some of what we've been seeing from that. Also, JD Bria, even in the face of this, coming in and showing some support with a big chat coming in. Thank you, JD, saying Doge is on sale, buy the dip. JD pushing the sentiment of buying the dip. A lot of people on social media pushing that same sentiment. The strength when it comes to the long-term holders has not gone down that much. The upsetness factor, if we want to call it that, has gone up, but the strength has not really declined that much. Most long-term people are not selling. It's more of the people that are coming in for the short term or the newer investors who most likely buy back in at some point anyway, who are trying to time the market. That's what's caused some of this downfall, and they will most likely try to buy back in and time the market as it goes back up if we do see a resurgence, which I'm hoping we will see soon here, but that does not mean that it can't continue to fall, as that 40% chance. I think it's a little bit lower than 40% now based on a little bit of stability we're seeing around this 22-cent area, but there is still a more than 30% chance that we could see it dropping to around that 15-cent level. So just be cognizant of that. The higher chance is that we'll see a rebound because historically speaking, that's what we have seen. If it is in fact a full-on bear market, then that's when we could be a little bit worried. But remember, Bitcoin almost never goes down below its previous all-time high. Its previous all-time high around $20,000, which means we could see approximately 30% more of a drop among cryptocurrency. But Dogecoin already seems to be a little bit ahead of that in terms of some of the droppage, so I do not think necessarily we'll see it going too much further, which is why that 15-cent target applies for multiple different reasons. Not only because that was where it dropped on one of its previous downfalls, but also because that 15-cent level is where it reached its first all-time high as well, all the way back a few months ago. So that's just two things to consider right there of why that could be the place where we're going to see it ending up. But here's some of the big stories that are causing this. And the first one, Bitcoin drops as China intensifies crypto mining crackdown, which is definitely having some big ramifications. But one thing people need to remember is that this mining will then just be taken up by other people. So it's not going to be permanently gone down. When there's money to be made, people are going to make that money. And there is absolutely money to be made right now in mining. In fact, I would say there's going to be a mining gold rush soon when it comes to cryptocurrency. As all these miners in China shut down, it's going to leave the door wide open for more people to come in and be able to solve those codes, be able to crack them and win the Bitcoin, if you want to call it winning or deserving, maybe earning is a better word, but people will be able to get the Bitcoin. Here are some pictures of this actually happening, of them actually turning off the lights on their Bitcoin mining rigs there in China. This is from BTC in China News. Look at that. I mean, it's definitely kind of sad to see. That really hits at home what's been happening with that, them turning off the lights, and we've seen a lot of articles coming out about that. This one as well. PBOC instructs China's banks to forbid all cryptocurrency-related activities immediately. China continuing to have this negative pull on the market. Part of it, I wonder, is this antics? Is China purposely putting out videos of a couple of their mining rigs being shut down? Those people didn't seem that upset to be turning off the lights. Maybe they just aren't necessarily that invested in it. Maybe they're just workers there rather than actually being someone who's making profits behind the scenes. But they didn't seem that upset. Is this all a ploy? This is kind of getting deep into it, right? But is this all a ploy? Potential theory here, not saying it's true. Could they be trying to pull down the market? Absolutely possible. They've done similar things in the past. So I don't even think it's that big of a theory here. It kind of actually makes a little bit too much sense. Maybe China right now is trying to have this negative impact on the market on purpose. They want to make this happen in the way that they're doing it. But PBOC, China's banks, forbid all cryptocurrency-related activities immediately. They were allowing it for professional traders. This could mean, and it's hard to know when it comes to Chinese laws because people are interpreting it from Chinese to English. So a lot of times they get that wrong, which can cause big changes in the market that are unjustified. But here in this situation, I think it's definitely true that they may be about to actually take it away from everyone, including people who are trading it in that way. But here's where it could be the flip side of that. We could see government officials doing this on purpose, making it go down, and then they could all be planning to buy back in and get rich from it because they may not even care about their own people in China, much less people outside of China, and they could just be focused on making money. So we have to absolutely take that into account. And I know maybe I shouldn't say that because the Chinese drones are coming, so we got to be careful. Chinese drones, don't get me. I'm just an innocent YouTuber. How do you know? Oh, how do you know something about a doll? Could definitely see China doing that. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no question China could be on the side of that. And hopefully, even though I'm holding a lot of Dogecoin, I'm continuing to hold. Hopefully, you guys appreciate the honesty, meaning the new people. All of us who are here, we already know that. I mean, all of us who have been part of this community for forever, we already know all that. We already know we're going to hear the truth here on the show. But the new people, hopefully, you guys are appreciating the honesty and enjoying us just being able to really come tell the truth here. Despite a lot of us holding Dogecoin, we're not going to try to mislead people. We're not going to try to talk. That's why I said it could go down 15 cents. Had a pretty high chance of that happening because it did. That's the truth. And we're not going to try to mix that or turn it around. Bitcoin, though, falling down below 32,000, going below that previous low that we saw before, definitely taking a massive L when it comes to that. Not a positive thing at all when it comes to Bitcoin, obviously. And here's another negative article that came out, the Sunday effect. And I'm going to kind of debunk this a little bit right now because this article is wrong for a lot of reasons. And this article is talking about the Sunday effect sends cryptocurrency crashing on weekends, which means it might never go mainstream. Basically, what this article is talking about is how, typically speaking, we have in the past seen a lot of negative Sunday days. Will that happen continued into the future? Well, sometimes it doesn't even happen. Sometimes Dogecoin, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency goes up on Sunday. But yes, we have seen a number of negative days, specifically then because there's a lot more attention focused on it, and a lot of that tends to be more negative. And so because of that, some people are worried. Well, if you have an ETF, if you have a long-term investment in cryptocurrency, it could be regulated to the point where you could only buy it during the actual trading hours of the stock market because it's an ETF and it's part of the stock market as well if it's going to be involved with that. If you have one that's separated from it, that would be a little bit different. But that could mean that people will be worried and scared about buying into an ETF because they wouldn't be able to sell or liquidate their position on Sundays. But this is one of the silliest articles I've ever seen, and it is by someone named Yael Bezutiki Kennedy, which I've never heard of this person before. I don't know who they are. Is it a guy? I guess. Yael? I'm not entirely sure, but whoever this is, basically, where they're getting this wrong is that if you're investing in an ETF for cryptocurrency, you're not worried about a downfall in a single day period nearly as much. You wouldn't sell anyway. Even if it fell on a Tuesday at 1 p.m. in the middle of trading hours, you still wouldn't sell. You're in it for the long term. So I think they're failing to realize that it definitely doesn't necessarily hurt its long-term potential. And especially as we see it getting bigger, those downswings on Sundays that only happen sometimes, by the way, sometimes it goes up on Sunday, but the ones that happen sometimes are going to start to have less of an impact moving forward. They're not going to be as big, and we will see big upswings when positive news comes out, but we're going to be less likely to see those negative downswings as well. And you are on fiscal. Oh, Donnie, just like the $1. I still believe very strongly $1 Dogecoin is inevitable, and we've gone through so many reasons for that, and those reasons still apply. It is most likely inevitable. In the long term, Dogecoin is going to win, but we do have to definitely take into account that if you do need the money, then you have to be playing the market in the short term as well to some degree. You cannot just sit back and wait forever. You have to be staying up to date on all of these things because anything can change in a moment's notice, and there are absolutely things that could take that away. For example, if the code of Bitcoin is cracked, if the code of other cryptocurrencies are cracked, it could cause a massive catastrophe like dip in the market that would definitely potentially be unrecoverable. So we have to be careful about that. We have to be careful about the government's trying to do something which could then be reversed if we then fired those government officials by not electing them again and electing someone else. So all of that, so much to be taken into account there, both good and bad. Dogecoin will be 15 cents by the end of the day, coming in from George. And I don't think necessarily that has a high chance of happening at 15 cents by the end of the day, but at some point this month it hitting 15 cents, I still think has a 35% chance probability of happening. It's a little bit lower than it was yesterday because of what we're seeing right here. Because of this downswing, it has still not caused it yet. I do think that that's definitely somewhat encouraging there, despite the fact that it can continue to fall more. 15 cents, so I think is a little bit more of a low target than what we're looking at right now for Dogecoin. So don't expect that to happen, but do understand it's a possibility. Mark Cuban got rug pulled. Yes, I did see that as well. He's been investing in some cryptocurrencies that maybe he shouldn't have been investing in. Mark Cuban, you gotta be careful investing in those rug pull type things, and everyone knows the rug pulls. I know we don't even have to say them out loud because the rug pull communities will be like, wait, you can't say that about a crypto. Well, yeah, we can, and we do sometimes. On Twitter especially, I'll go after the rug pull cryptos. I will. So Fernando said, I mean, that's just silly. Fernando says Matt's a hype man. When Dogecoin does hypeable things, we'll talk about that. But if you look at my videos, I've been saying very negative things about Dogecoin in the last few days, despite me holding a lot and continuing to hold it and continuing to believe in the long term, simply because they were true. And if the market is showing what the market is showing, and part of that's with Bitcoin, which is outside of Dogecoin's control, then we have to definitely make sure to be taking that into account. So, I mean, yes, sometimes we do have fun and talk about the upsides because I think it's warranted, but when it's not, we're not going to just fake it. We're going to talk about the truth, and I think that's what's most appreciated, especially with new people coming in. All of us who've been here, like I said, we all know that already, but the new people coming in, I think they will appreciate that. Buy when it's low, sell when it's high, not the opposite. And that's definitely a sentiment a lot of people are saying coming in from GM Cloud. That was his comment there. We need tweets from Elon, and to some degree, I agree with you. To some degree, if Elon tweets right now, what will happen? Will you personally buy more Dogecoin now if Elon tweets? I wouldn't be basing my Dogecoin decision specifically on an Elon meme tweet right now. If it goes lower, like I said, I'm going to be putting a lot more money in. because that's just such a good opportunity. How can you pass up on buying the future currency of Mars at that low of a price? You just, in my opinion, can't really pass it up if you're me, and if you're a lot of people who are here on the channel. We can't pass it up. Some people will, and that's okay, but I won't be. Uncle Todd says Matt sold, and no, that's not true. I have not sold a single Doge. I have not sold any, and there is also another factor to that, because I want to be making sure to be trading with the other cryptocurrencies and holding my Dogecoin long term. I can still make a lot of money even in the bear market. I've been doing that. I've been making money even during the bear market, because I've been really figuring out how to trade and successfully do that. I'm going to be, of course, on Patreon especially, I'm going to try to make more videos on how I've been doing that, how I've been tracking it, and we're going to get some more details on that. But definitely, for sure, I'm not selling my Doge. There's no chance of me selling my cryptocurrency in terms of Dogecoin when we know the upside it has. Why would you do? I mean, if you want to do that, I'm not going to tell anyone what to do. But for me personally, why in the world would I do that? It just doesn't make any sense, because we have seen cryptocurrency crashing to this degree before, and so far every single time it's rebounded way bigger than it has before. Especially selling right now would just be you're kind of selling at the bottom to some degree. I mean, it can go further, but it's not going to go too much further, most likely. So you're selling either at the bottom or toward the bottom if you sell a lot of Dogecoin right now. But so this is what we've seen with Dogecoin the entire time. And remember, we've been talking about it on this channel. If you don't know, if you're new, we've been talking about it since it was less than half a penny. So we've been here since the very, very beginning. My first investment in cryptocurrency in 2018 was in fact Dogecoin. I've been looking at it and tracking it some before, but I had not dipped my toes into the water, because I was seeing that 2017. I was seeing that there was a big spike in 2017, and I was seeing it looking like it was going to crash. So I waited until after that before going in, and that's kind of, I think, the smart thing to do, is time the market as well as you possibly can. It's impossible to get it perfectly, but you can to some degree see what's happening and time it, which is what my plan was with that. But we go back with the videos, so much dedication and time has been put into Dogecoin, and we definitely know exactly kind of where to expect it to go from all of this. We have not seen hardly any increase from it being added on Coinbase, one of the biggest exchanges out there, an average of 91% increase. All that means, though, is that it's likely coming, but it's delayed, because of the fact that we saw it happen in a bear market, and because of the fact that the news was announced 15 minutes ahead, or even less than that, actually. Because of that, that's why we didn't see the major spike we were supposed to see. But it's coming. I mean, it is coming. If it's not coming, that would be a terrible, terrible bad news story that would have to come out for that to happen. I do not see a very high chance of that happening at all. So if you are holding for long term, you will likely win big in the end. That's just something to consider, something to think about. As we go to the 1 minute chart here, I'll kind of show you what Dogecoin is doing, because we have seen it going up and down a little bit at 22 cents right now. Definitely, we're going to make sure to continue monitoring this throughout the entire life. I have alerts on my phone as well, so even if it's not on the screen, I'm still going to be monitoring it. So if we see a big move, I'll pull it up immediately. So if you're not, we will still be monitoring it, even if we talk about an article or something. But look, you can see, so we've been seeing a little bit of a zigzag form here as it continues to test levels of support around 21 cents, going up to 23, down to 21. And it's done that 2 times already. If it drops to 19, who wouldn't look at that and say, I can buy the future cryptocurrency of Mars for 19 cents. Forget what Bitcoin's doing at that point. A lot of people are going to come in and buy. So I see it a hard time for Dogecoin going much lower than that. 15 cents is really about where I could see it maybe dropping if we see worst case scenario, a lot of whale selling. But it's unlikely that would happen. I believe Doge to $1 coming in from SuperCal. Brother, please give hope to your fans. How many coins do you own? And what's your average price to the moon? So my average price, so I have been buying more, obviously, and I posted what I've been buying, and I have posted a couple of times how many Dogecoin I have on Robinhood, specifically on Twitter, but I'll probably be talking more about that. I mean, yeah, and the reason why I haven't done it yet is just because I feel like, it's kind of like talking about that, and maybe at some point, if I do talk about that, I'll probably just make a video saying every single thing I have, like some YouTubers have done. But I just feel weird talking about that. I don't know. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be, because I'm a finance YouTuber. I should probably be transparent about everything. I think that'll be the best thing to do, is just be transparent. But it'll happen. It'll happen. Don't worry. And I will say, though, that the most important thing that I think everyone should hear about what I'm doing with Dogecoin is that I haven't sold any of it. That, I think, that shows you where my mindset is on it and why I still believe in it. This fall right here is more specific to cryptocurrency than it is an actual indictment on Dogecoin. As we see, final stand, how about those transaction fees? And that's another thing as well. I'm going to be making a video on that soon. The transaction fees for Dogecoin. We have the successful update test of the lower transaction fees that will make Dogecoin on the same plane as all the other cryptocurrencies that are toward the top. If it goes down to 0.001, it'll be up there with XRP, or down there with XRP in terms of low transaction fees. It'll make it very competitive. At that point, you really can't even, you can't even begin to call it a joke. You already can't right now because it's already competitive. It's already one of the best cryptos. But at that point, what can you do? I mean, people cannot say the things they've been saying in the past. Something is going on now. Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not going to sell. If I did sell, I would. Here's what I would do. If I ever decide to sell my Dogecoin, I'm not going to, right? I'm holding it until I retire. I'm holding it long term because I believe in it that much, and it's justified. The belief in it is justified. But if I do decide to sell, if I ever did, I would make a video first before doing that, and I would say I'm going to sell later today. I wouldn't just sell and then say I sold. That's not something I would do. And so you would have an opportunity if you want to sell before me at that point. But if I decide to sell Dogecoin, it would have to be such a catastrophic event that would be happening. If the code of Dogecoin was cracked big time, if the code of Bitcoin was cracked, if I heard about that before anyone else, I would come on live first and let everyone know, and I would sell it on live at that point. Because at that point, yeah, it would be going down. You have to respect the news in a negative way. But that's such a low probability of happening. That's why I'm not going to sell. That's why I'm holding until I retire. I would say less than 1% chance, something like that. A end of Dogecoin type catastrophic event would be the only way I would end up selling. I mean, technically, I could see myself maybe selling some if there was some really bad news or something, or if I needed the money at some point, but I just don't see that having a high chance of happening. I see a much higher chance of it going to the moon and literally going to the moon, and also going up massively from those big catalysts that are coming. Paper hands fear only presents the diamond hands with more opportunities to buy, and that's true. We are seeing some whales coming in, and on these dips, they're stocking up on Dogecoin. They're saying, you know what, I'm going to go to the Doge store, I'm going to buy every single Doge in the aisle there. So remember, when you sell your Doge, there are going to be people who are most likely buying it, and a lot of those people are people who already have a lot of Doge. So just be cognizant of that. It is the truth. But hashtag diamond hands, I do like that hashtag there. I'm probably not going to tweet it out yet, maybe at some point. I don't want to try to hype it up as encouragement. I want to try to use the facts, because the facts are encouraging. We don't need to hype it up. If you have a bad cryptocurrency, then you need to hype it up all the time. If you have a currency that has no use case, if it has no community behind it, then you need to hype it up all the time. We don't need to do that. Dogecoin is strong. We don't have a position where we have to actually hype it up like that. We can if we want. If you want to, that's okay. But I don't need to. We don't need to. It's just Doge. All crypto is dropping. You're right. It's not just Doge. Doge, however, has, because it's a newer crypto to that top level, it has fallen more than the other cryptos, which is just something we have to be aware of. It has fallen approximately, let's see what it's at right now. Has it gone up some? Hopefully it has. It is, there it is, 14% down in the last 24 hours. And you compare that, none of the other top 6 have fallen that much. But if you go down to Polkadot, it fell close to that much, or not quite close to, but 8%, which is still a heck of a lot. You have to go down. Let's see how far we have to go down to find one that's fallen as much as Dogecoin. Well, really, Monero falling close to as much, Internet Computer falling close to as much, within a couple of percent difference, so it doesn't really have that big of an impact. But you have to go down the list a little bit to see ones that have fallen as much as Doge, because of Doge's volatility right now. It's just going to be something we have to take into account. It also will mean, though, during the rebound, we'll likely see Doge going up higher than some of these other ones if the rebound does form. Could be forming at some point within the next few hours. It may take a little bit longer, just depending on how the narrative shifts for Bitcoin, as it has gone up a little bit, now to 32,900. So we just saw a $100 increase in the price of Bitcoin just in the last little bit here, which is a positive sign. Hopefully it'll continue to climb. It's still, though, when you just look at the last 24 hours, you see Dogecoin going down more than the other ones by a good amount. In the last week, though, it's really quite similar for all cryptocurrency. Dogecoin was actually holding a little bit stronger, so now the dip is going to be a little bit more extended in terms of what we're seeing. We also did see a big article coming out, like I said, from Benzinga. Benzinga, we thought you knew your stuff, but no, they clearly don't. They're predicting worst case scenario for Dogecoin, which has no actual factual backing behind it, with putting that article up by the Bitcoin person who wants you to sell your Dogecoin and buy Bitcoin instead. Diamond Hands Baby at Alex Dogecoin. And thank you for the chat, Alex. And thank you as well for Dane for the chat, the big chat coming in. It is definitely appreciated, the support and the positiveness that we are still seeing even in the face of this. A lot of negative is, of course, what we're going to see, and we should. If you're not negative, then you are a very optimistic person, and everyone should be at least a little bit negative right now. That's okay. There's no reason not to be negative right now, a little bit, but that doesn't change the fact that long term, we should be positive despite being negative in the short term. I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip of water. I definitely need a water after this live. I need lots of water. I need to hire a water person. Just squirt me with water the whole entire live. Hey, did you read how Tesla revealed a supercomputer from an electric article? No, I haven't heard that yet. Okay, that's actually kind of big news. So Tesla supercomputer, new news coming out about that. Dojo for Dogecoin, we know about that. We know, I mean, that's the thing. So many massive Dogecoin specific catalysts. Show me one other crypto that has as many specific catalysts that are in the future that are coming as Dogecoin does. You'd be hard pressed to find it. I cannot think of a single one. Maybe Bitcoin, maybe, but besides that, there's not even any competition. Not even close. Dogecoin has 50% recognition among people in terms of if they've heard of it or not in the United States. Bitcoin has 80%, Ethereum at like 30%. So you see those massive differences. Dogecoin is a specific special case. It is something we have to look at differently from other cryptocurrencies. It's its own thing in a lot of ways. And so we really cannot, under any circumstances, tie it too much to the other cryptocurrency market, especially long term, even though right now it is facing some of the volatility that the entire market's facing. But yeah, we're going to look at the Tesla supercomputer thing right now after I read this chat. Wait, does that mean Doge is bad coin because you hype it up all the time? Matt's coming in from John. So I wouldn't say I hype it up. Hyping it up would be if I told people, hey, everyone go buy it, it's going to $100 million or something. That would be hyping up. I mean, we do talk positively about it, but no, Doge is not a bad coin. I don't know, that's kind of a mean comment, John. But I don't think, I mean, I guess you could say some of our videos are leaning toward hype, kind of, but it's really just when there's something actually exciting about it. If it was hype, we'd have to create something out of thin air. When Dogecoin does something awesome or has something awesome coming, you can be excited about that. It can be hyping it up, but it's real. The fake hype is really what the smaller coins need. You need fake hype. For example, promising things you can't deliver on if you're the team of a certain coin. You know which coin I'm talking about. That's the fake hype. The real hype is definitely something to be differentiated from with the fake hype. But, I mean, yeah, if you feel that way, I understand. I understand. I mean, yeah, we do make some overly positive videos from time to time, I guess. Maybe, but it's just because I'm genuinely feeling over positive about it because it's exciting. It's hard for me to contain my excitement sometimes with some of the things we're seeing. But let's go and look up the Tesla supercomputer. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Well, let's see if we can find the article about that. That's fascinating. If there's a big update, that'll be... Oh, wow, you're right. Ooh, that's exciting. Wow, okay. That's actually really big. And I think this comes at a perfect time. Once this news starts to get out, we could see some positive stuff for Dogecoin. Tesla unveils its new supercomputer, 5th most powerful computer in the world. Now imagine that being integrated with Dogecoin. Why wouldn't it? It's Elon Musk. Do not underestimate Elon Musk's ability to take Dogecoin forward. Tesla has unveiled its new supercomputer, which is already the 5th most powerful computer in the world. It's going to be the predecessor of Tesla's upcoming new Dojo supercomputer. Interesting. So even taking that up a level, but also what that means. If they're moving on to a new computer, what are they going to do with Dojo? There's an opening. I wonder if there's any dog coin that could slide into the opening there. If only. Maybe, I just can't think of one off the top of my head. Does anyone know a dog-themed cryptocurrency that maybe perhaps is significantly underrated right now and could be the full recipient of that entire Tesla Dojo supercomputer system now that they're moving on to the new one? I wonder. I wonder. This is in Matt Wallace said Doge's Andrew with the chat saying, just in, Matt Wallace says Doge is going to $100 million. Okay. The media. If you want to quote me on that, go for it. Give me that. Yeah, Dogecoin going to $100 million. I think we can all agree Dogecoin to $100 million, definitely inevitable within the next 100 million years. 100 million years from now, Dogecoin's going to hit $100 million, guaranteed, 100% chance. That is full 100 million years from now, full advice there. It's going to hit $100 million. So if you plan to live for the next 100 million years, definitely be looking at that seriously. That's a funny chat though. Thank you for making me smile, Andrew. And Nick coming in saying, "Oh, nice. The Doge was sold. Yes, some did, and it's definitely unfortunate that that's happening right now. But for the most part, people are planning to buy back in. Just keep that in mind. Let's keep reading this. It is being used to train neural nets powering Tesla's autopilot and upcoming self-driving AI. Over the last few years, Tesla has done a clear focus on computing power both inside and outside its vehicles." Wow, okay, so this is what it looks like. Pretty dang cool. And it's funny too, because you don't need the facility to look that awesome. They're just doing that for fun. You could make it look boring, but I think it looks so cool. They have the white floors with the black computer shelves, and they're not even done filling it up yet. It looks like it's going to be significantly more there. But a supercomputer coming in, a heck of a lot of power behind that. Tesla has been working on Doge for the last few years, and Musk has been hinting that it should be ready by the end of this year. I see. So I think I may have misinterpreted this. So they're not saying they're going with a new supercomputer system. They're working on improving Dojo. I'll have to look more into this after the live. This story just coming out 40 minutes ago, so I'll have to do more research on it. It's kind of hard to, as well, when you're talking and reading at the same time, it makes it a little bit harder to comprehend exactly what you're reading. So once I have time to really think over it thoroughly, I'll probably get some more information for you and maybe make a whole entire video on this. Tesla is claiming some fairly insane specs on its new cluster, which should make it roughly the 5th most powerful computer in the world. 720 nodes of 8x A100 80 GB 5760 GPUs total. Dang. Okay. I see a Tesla 1.8 EFLOPS, 720 nodes, 312 TFLOPS, FP 16-A100, 8 GPU/nodes. Of course, everyone knows those. Just the simple TFLOPS, FP 16A100, 8 GPU nodes. Everyone, the common sense, everyone knows that English word. Obviously, a pretty easy definition there. Clearly, of course, it's so obvious. 10, so obvious. Oh my gosh, why am I making jokes right now? Dogecoin's down, man. Stop making jokes. You're supposed to be sad. Well, we are sad. Seriously, it's actually upsetting to some degree to see this. All of us, we should be a little bit upset. That doesn't change the long term, but still, in the short term, upset, absolutely. And, my portfolio taking the big hit, as is a lot of ours if we're holding long term. If you did sell, then I guess you can't really say your portfolio is taking a hit because you sold. But if you're buying back in, if you wait too long and it goes back up again, then you just be buying back in at the same point. So it would be basically the same thing. You could say that, kind of. 10 PB of hot tier NVMe storage, 1.6 TBps, 640 TBps of total switching capacity. So basically, just a heck of a lot of good stuff. Words that we don't understand. Let's just be honest. No, none of us know what that means. It's basically gibberish to us. It's just a bunch of random computing numbers. Maybe if you're an actual computing programmer, if you work on the software behind computers, you probably know a lot of that stuff. I mean, technically, nodes, we know what that means. We know what gigabytes means. But what is TFLOPS-FP? I don't know what that is. I have no idea. Hot tier, 10 PB. I mean, I have a pretty good knowledge of computers, but this is just on another level of interestingness. I guess the only thing that really matters, though, 5th most powerful computer in the world, Tesla, Elon Musk, Dogecoin, Elon Musk, Tesla connection. There we go. That's what really matters at the end of the day. Kathy commented on the effort. We have a neural net architecture network, and we have a data set, a 1.5 petabytes data set that requires a huge amount of computing. So I wanted to give a plug to this insane supercomputer that we are building and using now. For us, computer vision is the bread and butter of what we do and what enables autopilot. And for that work to work really well, we need the master of data from the fleet and train the massive neural nets and experiment a lot. So we invest a lot into the compute. In this case, we have a cluster that we built, 720 nodes of 8x A100 of the 80 gigabyte version. So this is a massive supercomputer. I actually think that it is, in terms of flops, is roughly the number 5 supercomputer in the world, okay? The Tesla engineer did not want to elaborate on the project Dojo, but he did say that it will be an even better supercomputer optimized for neutral net training than Tesla's current cluster. Okay, so now we're starting to get more information. This right here is a computer they're working on, but Dojo is going to be even a step up from this. So Elon Musk is saying he's going to use the best computer that he has for Dogecoin in part. Interesting. So that's even another step up. We're learning more from this article, absolutely. Some good stuff here. Musk also previously said that Tesla plans to eventually make its supercomputers available to other companies in order for them to train their neural nets on it. Wow. So that's another big update there. Elon Musk, other companies training their neural nets on it. Dogecoin is going to have an easy slot to slide into because he's saying not the full capacity of the supercomputer is going to be focused specifically on Tesla already. So having that, some of it focused on Doge, interesting. I have no doubt in my mind that at some point we're going to see Elon Musk facilitating Dogecoin transactions through at least a portion of the Dojo supercomputer. It's almost inevitable. I think it is. I mean, I think it's inevitable. I think it's going to happen. Technically, it's his decision. He can change his mind, so we can't say it's fully inevitable. Haters going to hate from JH, buy the dip and hodl people. So JH says, buy the dip and hodl. Two things, two words I'm definitely a fan of. Buying the dip and hodling is something that I plan to do massively. If Dogecoin drops a little bit further, I may even buy some now at this price point, but I already have so much now. I already have a heck of a lot. So to some degree, I don't want to be, I don't think any of us should be investing our entire life savings or anything like that into Dogecoin. If it drops down lower, it's going to be tempting, right? But investing your entire life savings, as tempting as it is not something anyone should ever consider doing, because if you lose all of it, then you're in a very bad position, and you're going to be in a position you don't want to be in. Even that 1% chance of it dropping down significantly from a crack of the code or from massive bans around the globe, 1% chance is not worth the risk of your entire life savings. I'm sorry, it's just not. And even the chance of it going down that's higher than 1% is still not worth it, in my opinion. But still, it's worth, for me, holding a lot, and I think for a lot of people it is. We just started accepting cryptocurrency with our residential inspection business, first one in our state. That's awesome to see. Are you actually holding the crypto? If you are, an extra bonus on top of that, but even if you're not, still better than not accepting it. If you're holding it versus not, still better. Also, James coming in saying, Matt Wallace, love you, bro. Seriously, I just got like 450 Doge for $100. Nice, coming in and buying a nice little, or not, well, that's good size. 450 for $100, nice. A nice nest egg is what we can call it there, a nice nest egg. We believe in Doge, let the haters hate, as well. Coming in from Gerardo Perez. The haters are going to be in full force for crypto, but every single hater who's investing in other crypto, well, their crypto is going down too. And their crypto is our crypto is their crypto, because most of us are diversified. The amount of people in this community that only have Doge is small, and you shouldn't. If you only have Doge, I don't think that's what you should be doing. Invest your portfolio, learn the market, and that's even if you have a little bit of money to invest. So the smartest thing you can do, and that's how I got, when I first started out, I didn't know what I was doing when it comes to crypto. I mean, I had an idea because I had some previous experience with my parents and them teaching me stuff, but I really didn't know fully what I was doing. Over time of studying it, that's how I really learned how to time the market and how to do things like that. And so the best thing you can do if you're starting out, especially, put some money, even if it's a small amount, into other cryptocurrencies. Watch what they do. Try to time the market if you want to play around with it. Be careful for tax purposes. Understand that you'll have to actually account for that. If you use something like TurboTax, all you gotta do is literally log into your account on the TurboTax system, and they'll do most of the work for you. So that's one smart thing to think about. Come tax season, I'll be making a lot of videos showing you how I'm doing my taxes, how I've learned the tricks of how to make it easier. There's a lot of things you can do there. But definitely be looking at investing in other cryptos, so you can learn more about it. Because if you're just investing in Doge, it is kind of specific. It has its own reasons behind it. That does mean you're not going to learn as much overall about crypto. If you're just in one, you will learn a lot, but just not as much. Jack in the Box tweeted out Doge community a couple days ago. No other YouTuber mentioned. Is there a reason? Oh, I didn't even see that. I'm going to mention it right now. Thank you for letting me know. Here comes the Doge army as well, coming in from John. And one thing we want to do, I'm going to go retweet that right now. Because here's the deal. I've basically been put in a position where whenever we see a company or a big celebrity talking about Doge, I press that retweet button, and then all of us in the community come together and make that go viral. As we need to keep doing that. Absolutely. Very important, because we want to continue to show these companies that there's a massive advantage, as there still is, from embracing cryptocurrency, specifically Dogecoin. You still have that big advantage coming in, and so that we have seen some tweets. For example, the spring rates tweet, it had like 100 retweets. It was about Dogecoin. If that was a couple months ago, we would have seen it even without me retweeting go up. With me retweeting, we got from 100 to like 1,000 because all of us came together. So my retweet is a signal to the community, hey, let's all make this go viral. The reason why I do that is because I want us to be working together to continue to show companies that Dogecoin has that slot to slide into. So I'm going to go retweet that right now. Let's make sure all of us are continuing to support this. We should be pressing buttons is easy. Pressing buttons is easy, and the hard part is figuring out what to do afterwards, which is the more pressing the buttons. But let me go ahead and pull this up. So where is it? Jack in the Box. Interesting. Okay. Wait. Jack in the Box tweeted about it. This Jack in the Box? It says it's verified. Oh, Jason Derulo is in the thumbnail. We know Jason Derulo is a big supporter of Dogecoin. Huh. Matt talks like we're colonizing Mars next year. No, I don't. Well, we are going to be seeing Doge on the moon next year, most likely. So, I mean, that is exciting. I do not see... Stop wishing me a happy National Mascot Day. I do not see a Jack in the Box Am I looking at the wrong Jack in the Box? Is this the right one? Rody, you're smart. Maybe it was a reply to a tweet they did about Dogecoin. I see you. I prefer CEO. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh nice. It has 17 likes, 9 retweets. We are about to make this go viral. Jack in the Box, thank you for that. It's time for you to go viral. There we go. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, Jack in the Box saying signing the petition to change the face of the dollar bill to a Doge. So I'm gonna go and comment. Sorry, Jack in the Box. Just saw this now. We'll make it go viral. I mean, Jack in the Box, if you're watching, we apologize. We didn't know. If we had known, we would have done it for you. We're sorry, Jack in the Box. Oh, it's just Jackbox. Okay. Thank you for letting me know about that. Dogecoin to the moon. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. There we go. There we go. Sorry, Jack in the Box. If we'd seen it, we would have made it go viral. We didn't know. So, Jack, don't get me mad at us. We didn't know. Yeah, so there are some haters right here. Like, look. If you want to see, there are some people in the comment section hating. I completely understand. I mean, it makes sense. If you're down right now, you should hate. You should hate. If you want to direct it at me, I'll take it. I'll handle it. Okay, bring the hate towards me. I get it. Definitely. I deserve none of it. I don't think, because I've been very honest. But if you want to hate on me, I don't care. I can handle it. You're welcome to do that. It's definitely, I don't think anyone should be focusing on the bad side right now. We should still look at the long term, but if you are, I understand. It only matters what happens with Bitcoin at the moment. Nothing is going to pump without Bitcoin, and that's where you're wrong. For temporary short term, yes, but that's where it's going to really break out in the future. So we have to be looking at the future as well. Ethereum, as it gains more dominance in the market, we are going to see that change. So technically speaking, at this current point in time, you have some degree of rightness. But remember, Dogecoin did go up from, without Bitcoin spiking, it did go up from around 14 cents to 75 cents in a short period of time in comparison to the entire lifespan of Dogecoin. Bitcoin didn't do that. It didn't do a jump like that. So it can, in the past, it has proven it can go up significantly based on that. Love your live stream, long-term bro, as well, coming from Raquel. And I mean, there's more love. Yeah, there's more love in the chat. We all know that, but there are going to be haters, and we're not gonna take it too seriously. But to some degree, we kind of got it right, because if you invest money in something, and I have made some positive videos on Dogecoin. If you invested money in it and you lost it, and you're upset about that, it makes sense. You should be upset about that. It's okay. But don't let your emotions cloud the fact that it's going to most likely spike up majorly in the future. The things I said about it are not false. This is just a temporary setback for the long-term gains that we're going to see with Dogecoin. So just keep the bigger picture in mind, and don't let emotions cloud your judgment there in terms of your decision. Robinhood and famous Twitter bull is saying Doge will go. Wait, Robinhood said that? Yeah, some people say it'll go lower even than where it is now. I don't see that happening to a high degree of probability. I mean, it bounced off 15 cents like crazy after a pretty dang big drop that we saw with Dogecoin about a month ago, approximately. How long? I think it was about a month ago. Let me double check on that. But yeah, we've already seen it bouncing off 15 cents after a really big drop that in theory could have been called the drop to end all drops with how fast it went, and it bounced back up. So I don't see any reason, unless Bitcoin drops as well, that Dogecoin would do that. I think the people saying that are clearly misguided. They're not even close to accurate. Oh, I see what you're saying. So Benzinga wrote an article about that, and then Robinhood showed it on their thing. So it wasn't actually Robinhood saying that. It was Benzinga saying that. Robinhood just automatically puts the latest Dogecoin articles up there. So that's what that's from. I see what you mean, though. Yeah, maybe Robinhood should be more careful to put false information on there, because I don't think it's accurate, even close to. But you can see right here. So on this date right here, about a month ago approximately, we saw Dogecoin going. Actually, no, I'm going to say it's more than a month ago. How many days ago is that? Yeah, a little bit, like about 2 months ago, approximately. Yeah, something like that. We saw Dogecoin going down to, and I knew that. Don't worry, I knew that. Because the thing is that we were live during that. We were watching it happen, and it was definitely scary, especially at the time, to see that, because we hadn't seen anything like that before with Dogecoin. But we knew it was likely going to bounce back up, and it did. But 15 cents is approximately where it went toward the bottom of that major drop. I mean, look at the size of that. It went from 45 cents approximately down to 15 cents in only 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So in less than a week, we saw it dropping that much. And so if it can survive that and then bounce back up because of the levels of support, if we still know all the big catalysts are coming, why in the world would it go down below 15 cents again? Such a low probability of happening. It's not impossible, but I just don't see any way that happens unless we see a crazy, crazy bad event coming in. I bought also at 5 cents. I'm good. That's so you've been watching the channel for a while. I the first time I bought, it was at less than half a penny. The first time a lot of people here bought 5 cents, 3 cents, some people 10 cents, 20 cents, wherever you bought. If you hold long term, that's where the gains are. Do not panic sell. You can sell if you want to, but don't do it because of a panic. Think about it first and understand what you're doing. But that's where this channel comes in, because I can give you some insight behind the scenes. Those were the days of the dips. Yeah, you're right. Elon, hashtag Elon, we are not selling. Oh, should we do hashtag Elon, we're not selling? We could. I don't really want to say that to Elon, though. I mean, we don't want to be disrespectful. I think that's a little disrespectful. Maybe if we're all, maybe, I don't think he meant it that way, but I think he could interpret it that way. So I don't like that idea right now. Maybe we'll do a hashtag, though. Bought more, hashtag I bought the dip. We could do that if we wanted to. And if you did actually buy the dip, then retweet that. Maybe we could do that. We could. The more Slingshot gets pulled back, the further the object goes. That is another thing to think about. Coming in from Pedalzavor's music. I know who you are. I've seen your comments before. Pedalzavor's music. Pedals of Rose music. Pedals of Rose music, but it's spelled with a V. There we go. I think we got it. Mission accomplished. Pedals of Rose music with a V. Why is that so difficult? That shouldn't have been as difficult as it was. Pedals of Rose music says, the more the slingshot gets pulled back, the further the object goes. Hashtag Doge. Hashtag going to Mars. SpaceX, Elon Musk. I have a big documentary type video that I'm going to be posting relatively soon here. It's been in the works for a while about what Elon Musk's plan is with Dogecoin and space. But yes, you are right about that. The long-term future not changing, and that's really the theme of this entire life. We've been talking about that a lot because it's true. And just one thing to imagine, yes, the more the slingshot gets pulled back, the more tension it has and the higher it can go upwards. And hopefully it's nice to have us to be able to come on as a community and see this, because dealing with this alone versus dealing with this as a community, I feel like it's easier to deal with as a community. Watching this happen alone, not knowing kind of what's happening, not knowing where it's going, that can cause more panic. It's better to really have the information, I think. So hopefully we're all having that same sentiment. Thanks for helping with Jack in the Box tweets. Glad I caught you on the live. Seems like Jack in the Box is having fun with the community. To the moon! Thank you, Jack in the Box, for doing that. Let's see. See, look at that. We already 245 likes. Look at that. We're showing up in strength, giving Jack in the Box a good amount of stuff there. Sign the petition to change face of dollar bill to Doge. I like that. Let's do it. Come on, dollar bill. What are you waiting for? Don't you want to be cuter? Don't you want to be more awesome? You know what? I'm gonna do a full mini advertisement right now for Dogecoin being on the dollar. This is sarcasm, okay? It's mostly sarcasm because we don't actually care if it's on the dollar. Dogecoin is the dollar, right? So who cares if it's on the dollar? But anyway. Come on, dollar bill. For years and years, you've been sitting there in the bank waiting and waiting, but what have you been doing? Nothing. You haven't changed. You've just had the same old faces on there for a long time, and we know you respect those people. They help build an awesome country. But at the same time, you know who everyone respects more than anyone else on the planet? Doges. Everyone loves Doges, so if you want to put Dogecoin on the dollar, you can see that cute face every time you go and buy a piece of candy from the vending machine, or maybe a soda pop from the other vending machine that's right next to the candy vending machine, so you can wash down your candy that you just bought with that Dogecoin dollar. Way cuter, way more adorable, way more fun. Think about this. At the end of the day, who would you rather pet? Would you rather pet George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Jackson, or would you rather pet a cute little dog? I mean, think about that. Really think about that hard. It requires some deep mental thought. Do you want to pet Andrew Jackson? Do you? Seriously, do you? Do you want to pet Abe Lincoln? I mean, historically speaking, that would be kind of interesting. Maybe you could also talk to him about some interesting stuff if you are in the process of doing that. Weird. That's a weird conversation there. But I think all of us can agree we would much rather pet a cute little Doge than Andrew Jackson or George Washington. It's just the way it is. What a segment there. What a segment. Jeez, that was weird. Roast China. I love it though. I love the weird. Love the Doge as well, coming in from Steve. Warren Buffett knows you only fail if you sell, coming in from Mr. Bogues. You're right. You only fail if you sell. One example of that. Fandango says, what's going on here? What happened? What did I walk into? Yeah, if someone just joined the live, they're going to be like, wait a sec. Matt's talking about petting George Washington. What is he doing? What is this? Maybe everyone's selling Doge for AMC. Oh, Amazon Prime Day. Money. That's funny. Yeah, it would be better if you could actually just buy the things with Amazon using Doge. Guess you can't. But I don't know. Amazon Prime Day is overrated. It's just a marketing campaign. That's all it is. You don't actually get any real benefits from it. Amazon, they're overrated until they accept Dogecoin, at which point they will be underrated. But until then, they're overrated. What are you waiting for, Amazon? It's about time. Matt, tweet Elon. He needs to do something right now. So if I tweeted, think about this. Yes, we could tweet Elon. We could ask him to post about Doge. But let's say he actually does it. What would he say? I mean, well, there could be a number of different things. He could just simply post a Dogecoin meme, right? He could put a little cute Shiba Inu dog up there. Okay, that's kind of cool. What would it do? Nothing. I mean, would you buy Dogecoin because he posted a Shiba Inu meme? I wouldn't. That's not enough of a reason to buy more. I mean, I'm still going to be holding, right? But it's not going to cause a spike. If it was in a bull market, okay, maybe it'll cause a spike. So why would he do it now? He should wait till the bull market, I think. Then there's also another layer to that. And while I'm talking, let me go and pull up the Dogecoin chart so we can watch this. And remember, once again, I have the alerts on my phone. So if something crazy happens, we will still see it if we see a big swing. So I'll just go to the chart immediately at that point. 226 right now. Let's go to the 1 minute chart so we can actually watch this live as it's happening. And if you're working, whatever you're doing, you can just put this in the background if you want, and I'll keep you updated as you're working. Hopefully ease your nerves a little bit if you're worried about a big crash continuing. I don't think that's going to happen right now, but if it does, then at the very least we'll be able to talk through it and we'll be able to see what's happening live, which I think gives us a big advantage. But hey, there we go. I'm going to make it bigger so we can really see the 1 minute chart there. Yeah, we can see how it's forming. I'm going to make this big too, because that's really the big thing is the price. I mean, the chart's cool, but the price is what we really want to see. So can you see that? Yeah, you should be able to. There you go. All right, so now we can see the price, and but yeah. So if we tweet Elon, then the next layer of that, he could say, okay, I'm gonna do a big announcement. I'm putting Dogecoin on the moon on this specific date. Okay, well that's pretty cool. Still though, it would be significantly smaller of a spike than we would see if he waits just a little bit longer till we start to see a little bit of a bull market again, or even till we see some more stability. On the day when it's fallen as much as it has, not the right time to be doing that, because there's more bears right now than bulls in the market, especially on a Sunday. I just don't think that's the appropriate time for that. We have to remember too, how many big Elon Dogecoin tweets have we had since it's been on Coinbase? 0. Not even 1. But he has been responding to Dogecoin tweets. He has been liking Dogecoin tweets. It's coming. He has also talked about the Dogecoin space race. He's literally using Dogecoin to fund his space mission. He's buying a Shiba Inu, which will have more Dogecoin memes. So you think about all of that. It's not going to be 0 in the future. At some point, we're going to see what happens when Elon Musk, while it's on the biggest platform in the world currently that Dogecoin is on, in terms of amount of users of over 50 million, we're going to see what happens, and it's going to be most likely tremendous, magnificent, beautiful. Absolutely, I think it will be. I'm going to go all in once Doge hits 15 cents from Petal of Rose and Music. If Dogecoin does hit 15 cents, I'm going to be putting a heck of a lot of money in. A heck of a lot of money. Someone said change your thumbnail, but the thing is though, yeah, someone said change my thumbnail, it freaks you out. Well, the thing is, that wasn't clickbait. I posted an actual picture of what Dogecoin did on the thumbnail. So I could change it if we wanted to, but I don't think that's what we should do. We have to be honest about it. That's what Dogecoin did. That's what happened. And so we're going to use that to show what's happening behind the scenes. Mattman, superhero and protector of Dogecoin. You can count on me. Coming in from Anita, thank you. I guess that's a compliment. I don't know. It sounds like a lot of pressure. Sounds like too much pressure. Maybe. Bobby Fritz, exactly. Let's see the whales book. And Michael says, buy the dips. Skylar says Doge has been trash. Well, it hasn't been. It's been one of the best investments of the year still. But if you invest at the top, you're allowed to say it's been trash because it has been for you specifically, and that's okay. I mean, that's okay to say. It's okay to be mad about that. I get it. I understand. The people are commenting, I can't believe I lost this amount of money. Yeah, that's right. You should comment that. You should be upset. There's no reason. No, if anyone's telling you just hodl forever, buy the dip, don't care about the price going down, don't listen to them. I mean, you should care. You should be careful with your money. It's real money. You need that to buy stuff. So don't just be careless with it because you see some random person on Twitter saying hodl forever or that's going to $100 million, which I don't think anyone said that much, but people have said it's going to like 10,000 and stuff like that. Or I think one time I joked it was going to 690, but well, kind of. I put out a poll saying where is Dogecoin going? 0.069, 69 cents in the next decade, $69, $6.9, or $690, and the majority of people said $690. That's not only a stretch. I mean, it's not going to $690. I think most people who clicked yes on that were joking. I put it in the poll just for fun, just to see if anyone would click it. And sure enough, but nonetheless though, if some of those people likely really believe it's going to $690, which means there's going to be more people out there who are going to want to see Dogecoin going up to that amount and really have that much confidence in it. And I have a lot of confidence in it. Obviously not that much because that would require basically the entire market cap or the entire GDP of the world. I mean, technically, it's not impossible, but it's impossible. It's not impossible, but it's impossible. It is. It's within the realm of something that could happen. No, it's not. I don't even know if we can say that. I mean, it would take if aliens come and land on the planet and say invest in Dogecoin or else we're gonna take out the planet. Then yeah, 690 at that point. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Dogecoin will be $2 in 2025. Absolutely possible. It could be significantly higher than that by 2025. It could be way higher than that with all the things we're going to see. Nathan Frisbee as well. Come in with the chat. Hi. Hi, I love it with the little dude. Impatience. Yeah, impatience is definitely a problem a lot of people have. I don't think it's a problem specifically I have. I'm patient. I was holding Dogecoin when it was at less than half a penny. Like I've said it many times on the channel, even significantly below that, at 1/4 of a penny, I bought some Dogecoin then. I bought at different points at that point, and it was staying low for a long time. I still continue to hold and believe in it. So impatience is definitely not a problem most people have, but some people. And Labrador, cryptocurrency, by the way, too, because of all the crazy things. Thank you for the chat, Rachel. But because of all the crazy things we've seen, it has definitely fostered an environment where people don't want to see too crazy of a dip, but people want to see the big upside. And right, that makes sense. Cryptocurrency is one of the only investments right now where you can see 100% profit in a week. You can see 1,000% profit in a few months. You can't do that with most investments. You can with Dogecoin and other cryptocurrencies we have. Is this the final stand for Doge? No, absolutely not. Not even close. Was it the final stand for Bitcoin? When it hit 20,000, then came back down to 10,000, then 5,000, then 3,000. Oh my gosh, 3,000. Well, is it over? No, it wasn't over. It takes some time, and I don't think it'll take as much time last time to this time for us to see those big spikes because of the institutional involvement that we have. MicroStrategy buying more Bitcoin right now. Other countries, other companies looking at investing big in it. So I don't think that's the case. But yeah, it definitely is not fun to see this. I'm patient with Dogecoin, but not with Robinhood. We really need our wallets. Yes, I would like to see that happening soon. What are you waiting for, Robinhood? Come on, hurry up with it. 0.2261. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some more water. So, Belista says it is the final stand for Doge. I really think you're wrong on that. I think not only are you wrong, you're going to be shocked with what Dogecoin does even this year. I think by the end of the year, where Dogecoin is going to surprise a lot of people. We'll likely see some of the biggest gains that we've ever seen in cryptocurrency by the end of the year. So continue having faith is probably the smart move here. No guarantees, because of the news can change, the narrative can change, but definitely probably a smart move. AMC as well, I just got a notification, down 4.6% to $56. GameStop is about to break under $200 for the first time today. SPC down a little bit as well, which is the one I was talking about earlier that went up a lot and then came back down, and patience was really key with that. But I'm going to go get some water. I'll be right back. But if we do start to see some big moves with Doge downward, that's when we could definitely be a little bit more bearish than we are right now. With it stayed around 22 cents for approximately an hour now, which definitely increases confidence levels that we're going to see a rebound soon. But there's also been a lot of talk on Twitter. A lot. Oh, Matthew. Welcome, Matthew. Coming in. A chair is just a chair if nobody sits there. You're right. It's just a chair. It's no longer the Matt Walsh chair. Welcome to Silver as well. Coming in a Chiriro G. And it's crazy people are saying this is for Doge last time. I've seen it dip to 20 cents. Then went to 50 cents. Relax, people. Coming from Marcus World. You're right. Anyone who's saying that, they probably want you to sell so then they can buy more when it goes lower. Probably. Please tell about Baby Dogecoin, aka holders 20 days still fine. Doge and Baby Dogecoin are the same or different. Oh yeah, it's two different coins. And there's also Shiba Inu coin. There's a number of coins that are using some of the same Dogecoin type marketing, and it'll be interesting to see what they do. It will be interesting. I don't have any problem with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. They're obviously not gonna dethrone Dogecoin ever. Dogecoin's still gonna be the number one of all the coins that have similar marketing, and I guess it's not really marketing, more branding, similar branding. They're not gonna replace Doge, but they still can go up. So it'll be fun to watch. Why can people call it? I see. No, it's not technically weak. Dogecoin actually has some of the best technicals behind it. So that's a good question there. Is Dogecoin technically weak? And then we'll look at what people are saying on Twitter as well, because we have seen a lot of sentiment there. But Dogecoin, the best place to go if you want to see the technicals behind Dogecoin is go to CoinMarketCap. Oh, is it not working right now? Oh, no, it's working. Yeah, there's a Bitcoin's down to 32,000 now. 4.73% drop in the last 24 hours. Dogecoin, though, I think I have it pulled up already. I'm pretty sure I do. Somewhere here. If I don't, I can just pull it out. Here it is. Okay, yeah, I have it pulled up. You can see transaction fees, 0.639, some of the lowest fees, 679 million transacted. So a lot of people still continue to transact. That's actually up over 100 million from where it was. And the volume is, I think, going to be very telling, which is 3.13 billion. You compare that to an entire market cap of over 30 billion right now. It really gives you an idea, or actually just dipped a little bit below 30 billion, but around 30 billion. It gives you an idea. So only about 10% of it has been moved in the last 24 hours, which means this is lagging behind a little bit because we saw it dropping more than 10%. So this is lagging behind a little bit. I think let's check on CoinMarketCap. They're a little bit more quick with those. They have the up-to-dateness that we require for this. Okay, Dogecoin, we'll see what it is, what's saying on the volume. Volume last 24 hours of Doge, there is 3.7 billion, 10.92% increase in volume, but it's gone down 12%. So I don't think that's correct. I think it's still behind a little bit, but that's going to show you almost no one is buying right now. Every person who's causing this volume is selling. We're not seeing a lot of buyers, but once it dips, then that's when the buyers are going to come in. People are scared right now to buy. People are waiting. When it happens, it's going to go up massively, I believe. And that's not to say it can't dip further. I've continued to say there's that chance of it going down to 15 cents. Can it go lower than 15 cents? Very unlikely. It's not impossible, though. Very unlikely. Didn't get those tabs. I know, there's so many. I got tabs on tabs on tabs on tabs. And, I mean, I don't know. So some of these chats are, I think, silly. But Doge will stabilize. It will go up again around 5 days. High chance of that. Elon went to the moon with your moonies. Waiting for my transfer by 10 cents incoming. Okay. Wait, let's look at some of the tweets around it. Because on Twitter, the Dogecoin community on Twitter, if you're looking to see something positive, just go to Twitter. Here's one of the memes. Truth. I didn't sell at 30 cents. I didn't sell at 50 cents. Still didn't sell at 69 cents. Showing SpongeBob continuing to grow in stature. So why would I sell at 26 cents? A positive meme there. Then this one. Hey guys, look what I found at the gas station. Bitcoin, Dogecoin. You can see only 4 on the front there. Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, Dogecoin. Pretty dang good that Dogecoin's on that list. By the way, 3 of those forked from Bitcoin. 1 of them Ethereum. So it's kind of weird how they have it that way. But I guess, yeah, why is Litecoin up there? I don't know. But man, I'll take it. I like it. I'm a fan of that. I guess because they already had Dogecoin, so not that much harder to add Litecoin too. Kind of makes sense. Then this person saying from Elon Musk just 5 weeks ago, don't panic. Don't panic. So was what the sentiment there around that was. Andrew Hicks as well coming with the chat. Thank you, Andrew. But
I mean, Litecoin, I'm still holding my Litecoin. If I do sell any cryptocurrency, Litecoin will be one of the ones I sell. There's no question about it. I don't have any necessarily big reasoning behind why I could see a crazy spike like we have with Dogecoin and Bitcoin. But yeah, I'm still holding it for now. I may change my mind on that. It's not bad. It's a good crypto. It's one of the best cryptos actually. But Dogecoin already has those same upsides that Litecoin has in terms of functionality. But then on top of that, the community and the big catalysts. So I don't know why Litecoin would see those big gains when Dogecoin's there, and we'll see more of them. I'm more just holding Litecoin to diversify my portfolio, and because it is a little undervalued right now compared to how high it's been. But yeah, I'm definitely holding way more Doge. There's no question about that. Dane as well says the dips just shake out all of the derps. Buying what is a derp? What is a derp? I've not heard that recently. I feel like I've heard that before. Not recently. I don't remember what it is. But maybe it's just the people who sell. Maybe that's what it is. Matt, what's going on with Doge? Yeah, I mean, you're in the right place to figure out what's going on with Doge. Some of the support levels that were at 25 cents have broken, and Bitcoin, the bad news about that, has had a big negative gravity pull on the entire market. Dogecoin, especially because it's one of the newer ones to that top level, is facing more volatility from this than any other ones. Mr. Bell says, people honestly shouldn't be worried about during this dip. If we're going to succeed, then we need to be strong here because those who are buying in now will probably cash out as millionaires. Dogecoin will be the making of many people. Some of that I think is a little bit too touchy-feely, I guess you could say. I mean, we're all in this together. I mean, yes, we are, but at the same time, you can still be upset if it goes down. You don't have to keep a smile on your face all the time. I don't know. It seems like he's reaching a little bit with that first part, but in the second part, he's probably right about that. There's a high chance Dogecoin's going to make a lot of people. It's going to change a lot of lives. It will, and he's not wrong. Doge transaction fees, much well, good job. Yeah, they're getting smaller, significantly smaller by multiple magnitudes. From Elon Musk just 5 weeks ago, that was the other tweet. And so, yeah, that's kind of what people are saying on Twitter. I want to see what else people are saying. As a Jack in the Box tweet, now up to 378 likes and 149 retweets. That's the power of the Doge Army. We can do that. To the ground, then to the moon, coming in from Funny Mike with the 3 upwards motion charts there. Funny Mike has the right sentiment. First you go down some, then you go up. Consistent patterns in the past should not be disrespected. And this one is definitely in that vein. Buy the dip as well, starting to trend. Should I tweet about that? Yeah, I'll tweet about that. Buy dip is starting to trend. Okay, that's my tweet. Do what you want, but it is cool to see buy the dip starting to trend. Hashtag Dogecoin. There we go. Oh yeah, and I like this as well, so people could see the news. Sometimes I'll use my likes to kind of prop up a news article if I want people to have that information. OCC chief is very big unknown, while SEC chair Gary Gensler took over in April. Other key agencies, including CFTC and official computer agency, temporary leaders in the White House, yet to nominate people. So that's one of the things. We're seeing controversy. We're seeing unknown in terms of what the government's going to do in terms of cryptocurrency. And so that is definitely an article right there that's worth reading if you have not read it yet. But there we go, my tweet. Look at that. Already 102 likes, 39 retweets. I like that. As we're also seeing, let's get it coming in from. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna go and read. If you want to be on the show right now, comment under this tweet. I will read it right now. Already by Matt. Nice. So you bought 5,000. You bought 15,000 Doge. It looks like interesting. So you're coming in big, buying the dip. Cool to see. Cool to see people showing that positive sentiment, even though we are seeing negative overall. Hashtag buy the dip. Hashtag BT. FD. I'm buying the dips when I can buy the dip. Even if you don't, most people aren't going to be putting 10,000 in because that's a lot of money. And so if you're just buying a little bit, don't feel like you're any less of a part of the community just because of that. That's still a lot. It is. Just consider these current prices a Black Friday sale event from Paul R. Look at that. It's Doge Friday. It's Gold Friday. Is today Gold Friday or Gold Monday? It's Gold Monday. I think would be, I guess we could call it. Yeah, why is China doing that? You're right. From John Rath, which is an appropriate last name considering the comment there. We should be a little bit of wrath toward China. Stop it, China. Bad China. No, bad Chinese government. Because we don't have any. The Chinese people are the people who are having to deal with this. We're with the Chinese people. We're against the Chinese government. I think everyone's clear on that. It's the governments around the world that do bad things because they abuse positions of power. You shouldn't do that. Bad government. Don't do that. But already bought Matt. Let me read a couple more of these chats under here. And first, I'll make sure there's nothing bad before I put it on live because we're live, so we gotta be careful. But love you, Matty Wass and Stephen Steele. I just got out of the foster care. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, sorry to see you had to go into that, but welcome back. Want to listen to a YouTube starving artist? Search Matthew Kirklew, new music, old music covers. Yeah, I mean, I remember we got Matthew to 100 subscribers not too long ago. But yeah, sorry to hear that, Matthew. Thank you for the chat there, and yeah, I appreciate that. Definitely, if you guys want to check out his channel, definitely worth a check out. I guess just help him out. Just got 23K Doge. BRB going to cry. I know. Yeah, you said you're going to cry in the restroom. All right, it's understandable. I'm sad, but I'm gonna hold. Yeah, it's definitely a sad day. There's anyone who tries to hype you up today is probably they're probably holding a lot of Doge and they want you to buy, which I understand that too. There's nothing wrong with people wanting to do that. It makes sense. But I'm not gonna be misleading anyone. But the truth is it's bad, right? It is. Just loaded up more on Dogecoin from Jimmy Rogers. Let me make sure there's nothing bad, then I'll go and show the screen. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, so hashtag buy the dip. You'll have money, LOL. Accept us if you can. I like that. Let's make it happen. Hashtag buy the dip. From a sheep holder, just want to say good luck today, Doge, and the whole market. Good bounce today. We are bluegrass music band trying to figure out a way to get tipped in Doge, holding to the moon. Thanks, Matt. You can set it up multiple different ways. You can just put your address, your wallet address, and your bio through Coinbase. Very easy now that Coinbase has Dogecoin. Or you can also use BitPay if you really want to get into the big stuff, which takes some time to set up. It's not necessarily super easy, but it's easy enough if you have the motivation to do it. Financially meaning. Have my finger on the button. Goal is 20,000 Doge. Was going to buy on payday. Glad I waited for the better sell coming from Justin. Still mad at myself for selling 80,000 for 2K. Oh dang! So you sold really low on that one. Your portfolio Doge balance going up. Yay! It'll be cool to see Twitter indirectly giving a financial advice. Remember, Twitter is going to start allowing you to pay for things with Bitcoin on their platform. Dogecoin, I hope, is not going to be far behind. The integration bridge between accepting Bitcoin and accepting Doge isn't that far. That's another reason why Dogecoin being on the Bitcoin chain is going to actually most likely help it moving forward, because easy integration with payment systems when it comes to Bitcoin versus Dogecoin, they're together in a lot of ways when it comes to that. It's good. And plus, on top of that, we see the updates coming in, so that's what really matters. It's going to get better. Dusk, yeah, it would be cool to see Twitter. Hashtag buy a dip. I'm going for a double dip. Pedal of Rose also coming on Twitter. And thank you for the chats, Pedal of Rose. But let me read this one here. Robinhood needs to issue Doge wallets, but we need to pressure Voyager wallets also for Doge. They recently added Matic, Polygon, and Shiba wallets. What the heck? Wait, they did? No, they didn't. Where did you hear they added? Well, no, they didn't add wallets for Polygon and Shiba. Robinhood doesn't even have. Oh, Voyager. Wait, Voyager added wallets? When did they just did that? That's so messed up. They didn't add wallets for Doge, but they added it for Shiba and Matic Polygon. Are you serious right now? Well, that's messed up. Well, why would they do that? I don't know. Is there some Dogecoin hatred going on because people are mad? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, I know. They're probably just waiting for the integration to happen. They're probably just trying to make it happen with the developers. That could be it. They're trying to figure it out. Maybe I'll look more into that. I didn't even know that yet. I don't currently use Voyager. I probably should get it just so I can give more insight on it. I have been hearing people talk about it. I have most platforms just so I can answer questions people have when it comes to Robinhood, Crypto.com, Binance US, Webull, all the big platforms. I have most of them, so I have an idea, but that's one I still have not gotten yet. Been watching you since the beginning of January. To the moon. I love it. The dip is a little too deep. Still holding for dear life. Hope it drops. Then buying more. 2 months ago, we went from down 40 down to up 20. That's true. No more money to buy the dip, bro, coming in from Lim. I've been buying the dip all day. Great buying opportunity. So some people out of money to buy a dip, understandable. Especially if you're paying for whatever the heck life it costs money. It's expensive. So not everyone's gonna have money to buy a dip. That's okay. You don't have to buy a dip, if you want to. It's up to you. Doge is a people's coin. They don't want the average Joe or Matt or Slender to win. They don't want the average Matt to win. That's right. They don't want the average Matt to win. When is Robinhood wallet, Matt? I expect it'll be in a couple months. We shouldn't have to wait too long. If it does take longer, maybe Robinhood is just a little bit slow with that. They do seem to be going slower than a lot of other platforms. It's a big upgrade, big integration. It took approximately 6 months for their last big upgrade, so it may take a little more time. Stock market traders down 3%, and that's the stock market traders. Crypto traders down. Oh yeah, we're just chilling down. A simple 40% drop. That's all you got. 40% in a day. You mean 80%? And by the way, it hasn't gone down 40%. That is a funny meme though. That's it. That's all you got. You're literally just losing all your money if you hold. Matt Wallace is a king. Oh, look at that, and he included a picture of me. That's one of my best pictures. It has my good angle there. So thank you for including that picture, Mike Wolowoski. He has 2 eyes. What the heck? Okay, let me make sure. I'll double check again. Oh, nice. Dogecoin need Elon tweet. Not right now. Maybe. If he does, if it's a big announcement, it'll probably cause Doge to go up. But I would prefer he waits till the next bull market, which shouldn't be too long from now, before we get that big Elon tweet. Not that it would be nice to see him post a meme right now, just to signal to everyone, so Dogecoin doesn't fall as hard if it's going to continue dropping, which I hope it doesn't. But at this point, it's been stable for a little bit now, so we shouldn't have to worry too much. I think we have a higher chance right now of seeing a potential upswing here, but it has just fallen some as well. As I say that, it has fallen some. So we could, if the drop continues, we're going to be watching that live. The nerves are definitely up for a lot of people. Elon is planning something. There's no question. He's not even secretly planning something. He's publicly planning it. He probably has secret plans too that we don't even know about. And he's dropped hints about things in the past, like the playlist which said Doge 1 that no one else found except for us in the community. We talked about it on the channel, and you didn't hear anyone else most likely talking about it before that. But yeah, that's going to be where the real excitement comes, I think. Hedge fund takes money to cover AMC. Interesting. What happened to the second Elon Twitter account? Oh yeah, that's right. Elon Musk decided to change his name back to the normal Elon Musk, and that's leading a lot of fans to say their goodbyes to Elon Musk II. He was a good man. It was fun while he was here, but Elon Musk II, he had to go ahead and depart from the Twitter world. He had to say goodbye, and we all, of course, our hearts pour out to Elon Musk II, which was Elon Musk's temporary Twitter name for a few days there before he decided to change it back. He still, by the way, has not put anything in his bio. He's had something in his bio for almost the entire lifespan of his account on Twitter. Nothing there now. It's a ghost land, and it's been that way for about a month now. And my prediction was a month ago when he first took the bio out, it would be about Dogecoin, the next bio he put. We still have not gotten to see that yet. I still believe it will be when it happens, so be on the lookout for that. Something involved Dogecoin. It did say Techno King of Tesla, and Imperator of Mars, I think, was on there too, which is different from Emperor. Emperor of Mars and Imperator. Imperator just means someone who goes to Mars and leads it, I think, which is kind of like Emperor, but a little bit different. I don't know. Let me... Oh, I don't want to get that wrong, because that's so important. Very important. Much important. Imperator. Imperator definition. A sovereign ruler of great power and rank. Oh no, that's Emperor. What, are we even going to be able to find it? Imperator. Clearly, it probably stems from Emperor, right? So, can't be too far off. But Emperor with an I. That's right. Okay. Commander. There we go. So it means commander rather than Emperor, which is, I guess, leader. Commander. Kind of similar, a little bit different because it doesn't have the royalty type implications like the other one has. Other way Doge, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like we could be about to see the dip continue some right now. It's down to 2.2 right now. It was at 2.3 when we started the live, so it has dropped another penny, which is a good percentage right now of about 3%, 2%. Let's look at the entire cryptocurrency market, down 21%. Jeez, that's not good today. Also, because we did see a little bit of a run-up with Doge, so it's going to make the number look a little bit lower right now because it's a 24-hour period. So it goes from exactly 24 hours ago, and since Doge was a little bit higher before that, it's going to look like the drop was bigger in the last 24 hours, even though in the last 2 days it was around the same. But 18% now down, as crypto in total has fallen 7%. Jeez! Bitcoin down massively, Dogecoin down massively. It looks like the crypto market may continue to go down some right now. 6% for Binance Coin, 6% for Ethereum, 18%, 24% this week for Cardano and XRP respectively. Oh my gosh, not good at all, obviously. We love you, Matt. Thank you coming in from Tejas. And the truth is, the stats information, we still need it even in a time like this. It's still important. Big announcement on Elon's birthday. I certainly hope so. Yeah, completed the Head and Shoulders pattern. Crypto Waffle Party on Facebook. Buy now coming in from Zach, especially if you can do lower cost average. You lost 10K coming in from 209 in Garage. Yes, people are down, but keep in mind you lost 10K if you sold. If you sell now, then you lost 10K. If you hold, you haven't lost until you sell, and you can sell. Don't feel like I'm pressuring you because I'm not. You can sell if you assess the risk and you decide based on your personal risk assessment for what you need to be able to buy, whether it's rent, food, or if you just want to be saving money, if you want to buy a house or a car in the future. Take your own risk assessment account of what's happening, of course. But Tether $1. Look at that, Tether. It's up 0.05%. Oh my gosh, incredible. Or down 0.05%. Wow, incredible moves for Tether. But I want to go ahead and look at what's happening with China right now, because I think that's going to be a good indication of what we're going to see next. U.S.-China rivalry is extending from Earth into space. Interesting. So it's not just among cryptocurrency that we're seeing some controversy here involving Chinese government. Also, U.S.-Chinese rivalry. This article coming in from CNN World. Which, these two writers, they've posted some articles I thought were really silly in the past, but hopefully this one's going to be good. U.S.-China rivalry extending from Earth into space, that poses a challenge to American dominance. Does it? I mean, it doesn't matter. I feel like as a world, we just want to see us doing cool things in space. So when it comes to space, if China's doing awesome stuff, landing on the moon and Mars and whatever they want to land on, it's going to give us cool pictures. Why do we care who does it? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool if your own country does it. I'm rooting for the US, I guess. But if other countries are doing cool things in space, cool. I mean, what? I mean, the US paying for it versus other countries paying for it? If you live in the US, why would you want us to be paying for more of it? It's nice to have the entire world paying for it together. I just think that's cool. But I guess maybe with satellites, that could be a problem. Maybe that's what they're talking about here. I guess we wouldn't want too much control over satellites from countries that aren't necessarily pro-freedom. So I kind of get that. I'm not selling. I'd just like to know if it's still a good solid play. For me, I'm not selling either. I think it's still going to do massive things. And I've explained I'm not just saying that. I'm not just optimistic about it blindly. We have the reasons for it. The concern has only deepened with a series of important high-profile Chinese achievements in 2019. All this stuff. No one cares. What's the good stuff? Scheduled to be decommissioned. So China's building its own space station, Tiangong, which is expected to be decommissioned 2 years before the ISS. Spurred Beijing to build its own space station. So it's going to be completed by the end of next year, 2 years before the ISS space station is decommissioned, meaning taken out of service. So China only will have a space station and the US won't, I guess in theory. But China is going to the US space station. Other countries are too. I think US will go to the Chinese space station too. I mean, the US meanwhile is building its own international. I want the US to win, especially over China, if they're going to be anti-freedom when it comes to the government. But the Artemis Accords released by NASA in May last year. It's kind of fun, the space races. It's entertaining at the very least, but it's not that important. It's not going to change our daily life. Whichever country goes up there first. Nah, I'm holding. Keep trying to manipulate it. Yeah, some people obviously are obvious. Yeah, well, so Kay says stop relying on Elon to act as a catalyst, and I don't think we are relying on Elon to act as a catalyst. I think we're optimistic about the catalyst Elon is going to provide, but we're not relying on him. Dogecoin can be successful in the absence of Elon's catalyst, but it can be, and it will be, way more successful because of Elon. Also, I don't think it would be one thing if it was just a normal person's catalyst. We're talking about the most influential person in all of cryptocurrency. I think underrating his ability to move the market with doing actual big use case things is not something anyone should be doing. So I don't know. I mean, if yeah, I mean, it would make sense if we were talking about, I mean, even someone as powerful as maybe a president. Well, I don't know. The president maybe, yeah, would have some big sway. A president of another country? I don't know. I mean, maybe like the president of China, Xi Jinping, if he said something positive about Dogecoin, how much would it spike versus Elon Musk? I think Elon Musk has more sway than any other person in the world right now with crypto. Who would be a good example there? I mean, okay, how about this? Justin Trudeau. He's the Prime Minister of Canada. There was an article not that long ago saying that Justin Trudeau's brother was looking at Dogecoin acceptance. And if Justin Trudeau came out tomorrow and said, I'm all in on Dogecoin, I love it, probably wouldn't do much. And so if we were relying on someone like Justin Trudeau, or he's pretty dang, he has a lot of influence in the world. He could definitely cause some things to help if he helped to integrate with Canada or something. He could do some stuff. But if we were relying on Justin Trudeau to move Dogecoin with Catalyst, I think that would be silly. That would be ridiculous. Elon Musk is on another level than every other person on the planet right now. It's not even close when it comes to being able to move cryptocurrency upwards, downwards too. But all you do, oh, I see. Yeah, interesting. Dogecoin for president. I would vote for Dogecoin for president. Tesla plus Dogecoin equals future. But photo of the day, it looks like Chinese workers visiting the Museum of Hong Kong on Sunday. Interesting. But yeah, let me look that up. What'd your comment say? China freedom. Oh, Matt, love your lives. Thank you. Coming in from you're watching. I do appreciate the love there, even in the face of this. But let's look at the price of Dogecoin. I want to look back at that. What's it doing? 22.1. So when you look at that, though, I mean, a pretty dang big drop. But remember, that's not the biggest drop day that we've seen in even the last 2 months. We've seen a bigger drop day right there. We've seen a bigger drop day right there. This is based on the size of the drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the eighth biggest drop. The reason why it feels so much worse is because of the level it's dropping to. But in terms of the actual drop in a day, this is only the 8th biggest drop that we've seen with Dogecoin in the last short period of time. So that's another thing to think about there. It's another thing to consider. What do I expect Doge to drop to? If it continues dropping, I could see 15 cents. I'm just going to be honest about it. I could see 15 cents. 35% chance is where I'm placing it right now at 15 cent Doge, which means 65% chance it's going to go up. That's what I'm seeing, and that's what I'll say what I'm seeing. One of the reasons I'm still holding so much, on top of just the long-term potential, is that. But China banned all crypto from their banks, but the thing is though, this is what the 69th time they've banned crypto from their banks. It shouldn't affect the market this much anymore. People should know better. But the thing is though, because it has in the past, we have to remember, it's people. Not everyone investing in Dogecoin is going to be making decisions that are logical necessarily based on the reasoning. If you believe other people are going to sell, you may sell, period. So even if you don't think it's warranted, well, you don't really have necessarily a choice of what other people are going to do. And so if you know what they're going to do, but then that's the crazy thing, because it's a double layered. If you believe they're going to sell, then they also should believe you're going to sell, right? Because if you believe they're going to sell and they believe you're going to sell, then you are both going to sell, right? The people who are looking at short term. So that's kind of, it's double layered. It's annoying. It's frustrating. Dude, my last name, they're informative as community. Oh, your last messages. Oh, I didn't see it. What was your last message? Comment it again. I'll read it. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, you gotta wait a minute to comment it because we have it on slow mode, so we don't get too many flooded comments, and I can read them easier. You'll only lose money if you sell. You're right. Antonio says useless coin, sell it. But The people who say that, they'll continue to say that. They don't understand that actually has the use case behind it. They don't understand that the transaction fees are going down to 0.001. You don't get it. If you're saying sell it because you think it's gonna go down, I can respect that. You know, that's your opinion. But if you're saying sell it because it doesn't have a use case, you're just simply wrong. You just simply aren't educated, and you need to get educated before you're commenting stuff like that. If you're going to be commenting at all, it's called a correction, you noobs. Coming in from KeemTube. KeemTube, calling out the noobs. That's right, noobs. Yeah, noobs. Sure, don't have to roast the noobs. Nah, we like the noobs. The noobs are good. Noobs are good. How? Because every community, if you don't have noobs, then you're not going to be going upward. You're going to be going downward. You got to have the noobs. The noobs are good. The noobs, the nodes, everything. All of them. Lost 7,000 today. I need a hug. Patrick, get over here. Get over here, Patrick. I'll give you a hug. I lost a lot of money today. We're talking 6 figures. So yeah, it's not a good day. It's not a good day. We're talking a lot of money, or is it 5 figures? I don't know. Either 5 figures or 6 figures. I'm down big today, and but I've also had days where I was up 5-6 figures. So we've had up days, down days. I'm still up big overall on my investments, and I know I'm in a good position there that a lot of people maybe aren't in. So I don't want to talk too much about that and make people feel bad. But if you that's the best thing to do is understand what you're investing in, invest in it early, and then watch it grow. And then if you still believe in it, then you are going to hold it, knowing what it's going to do. Most likely, it's all chances. You're taking a bet. You are. Never invest what you cannot do without. Oh yeah, let me check that. Let me check that. What is it doing well? Shiba Inu coin? I'll check it. Yeah, I don't have any problem with Shiba Inu coin. I mean they're joking on their website. It's kind of annoying, but that's not that annoying. I don't really care. No, it's not doing well right now. I mean, it's down 8%. So Shiba Inu coin has fallen a lot too. It has not been spared by the market drop today. Very few have. It's not alone. Oh my gosh. Some of these comments. Rohi says, if you're at a loss, don't sell. That's what he believes. I'll probably sell some. Okay. Damn, Matt. Too much info. Hello. Maxine says, Matt, too much info. Stop it. That's not good. We need less info, Matt. Jeez, Matt, what are you doing? From Maxine Hall. That's funny. K. Allen, Shiba is doing bad. Yeah, it's not. Shiba's not up right now. It's none of them are. Matt Wallace. The editor says Matt Wallace stole my wife too. What? She's mine now. What do you mean your wife? My wife. My wife. No, but no, I'm not married. I'm not. That's funny. I'm not married. Investing in Final Stand merch. Yeah, one day Final Stand merch is gonna be worth how much? $69 million. Who said that? Not me. Will it? Final Stand merch $69 million. I don't know. We'll see. Everyone buying Final Stand merch because it's gonna be worth $69 million. I didn't say that. Did you? Hoping we will. The reason why I don't push Final Stand merch more is because their profit margins $4 or something. So I mostly just made it so we can all have, as a community, have cool merch. But I don't really push it that much. I'd rather talk about Doge than push merch, to be honest. You are the best, maybe one day, but not now. You are the best about this community, Matt. Believe it or not, you brought us all together. I love it. Coming in from Matthias, and that is true. We all have come together on this. We all have seen a lot of camaraderie, I guess is the right word, from what we've seen. Elon hates us. No, he doesn't. Matt, what would get us out of this drop? So I think patience, and what I mean by that is, people go to the doctor's office, them actually buying it. So we need patience. We need patience at doctor's offices all across the country to go in and buy. Because if you're at the doctor's office, you can clearly afford to buy Dogecoin because doctors are expensive. So think about the common sense logic there. We need patience to go out and be buying Dogecoin. SEC, that's a joke. Don't come after me, SEC. I'm kidding, SEC. But I don't know. That was kind of funny. That was. Some people are gonna be like, wait, that wasn't funny. Other people will be like, oh, that was great. So we'll see. As far as realistically, what can get us out of the drop? Just a little bit of time is the best thing. People waiting to go in, but once people feel like it's toward the bottom, people will buy more. People will. So time combined with catalysts that we're gonna see in the future That's what's going to get us out of the dip, and it will take some time, most likely. If we do see a big Elon announcement right now, it'll probably cause a pretty big jump, but it won't be as big as it will be if he waits. Doesn't mean he's not going to do it. He still can do it anyway, regardless of what we think. He doesn't necessarily care. He's going to do what he wants, and if he wants to do it now, he'll do it now. So I guess that's kind of exciting, right? Because he can do it at any point in time. Matt Wallace, late. Your stream seems longer today. Do you know something and waiting with us here? Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's more stuff that's coming, of course. But do I have any specific behind-the-scenes things I'm waiting for? Well, if it starts rebounding, then yes, I'm partially waiting for that. If it starts dropping again, well, we're going to want to be seeing that too. Depending on what the support does, what the whales do. It looks like it's gone up a little bit just now. Let me refresh the page so we can see that a little bit better. But it has jumped up just a tiny little bit. A few little green candles. Can Jack jump over them? If he gets them right in the start, he can jump over those. They're not that big. He can jump over those candlesticks. Probably. Litecoin to 30K. No. Well, yeah, no. Paper hands, folks. Oh my gosh. Tesla Dojo plus Doge future. You're right. And I think, did you guys see the article yet? There was another article. We only read one of them. There's another one that came out about that too. Let me just Google Tesla. Oh, former Tesla executive sold 274 million stock. Dang! Imagine that, 274 million. Former executive. Think about that. Having that much money would just be wow. I mean, that would be awesome. All of us obviously have that goal, and maybe we'll get there. Maybe we will get there. Oh, federal regulators warn of risks to firefighters from electric vehicles. That's not good. I don't know. I feel like that's overblown though, because it's very, very, very rare that that would happen to an electric car. Definitely Tesla would be even the safer versions of that because they have enough experience. I don't think I've ever seen a story of that happening with a Tesla. If it has, let me know, but I haven't seen it. Don't do that to the bank. That's not good. I'm not even going to read that out loud. He should put it into Doge from Bin. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, the Tesla dude who just sold 270 million. If he puts it into Doge, he'll become an Insta whale. Insta whale, not an Instagram whale, an instant whale. Matt, if I sell and keep it in Robinhood, do I still pay taxes? Yes. So if you sell at a profit, you still have to pay your taxes, even if it's staying in Robinhood. You cannot escape the tax monster. Unfortunately, it's coming for you. So yeah, if you do sell in Robinhood, you still got to pay. And Robinhood, what you have to do at the end of the year, it's actually really easy. You just get TurboTax or one of the other tax software things on the computer. You go through, fill it out, and then it'll say, type in your investments. You literally just type in your email and password to Robinhood. It will do all the calculations for you. It'll tell you how much you've traded, and no guarantees it'll work. So definitely have backups in terms of keeping track of it on your own. Write down what you do in terms of transactions. Be careful with that. But yeah, you'll get statements at the end of the year from Robinhood too. So even if you don't use one of those, you can go through the statements yourself. You can hire a tax attorney. Yes, though, you do have to pay, which is one of the reasons, on top of me just believing in it, one of the reasons I haven't sold yet, because I am in the top tax bracket. And so if I sell, I'm going to be paying a heck of a lot of taxes in terms of Doge, over 40% on my profits, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. So paying 41% on your Dogecoin profits, that's losing close to half of it right off the bat. Not something you want to do. And I know a lot of people, even still, you're going to be paying minimum probably 20% if you're making profits. Unless you make a very small amount and you also don't have a job, then I guess you'd be in a slightly different situation. That would be, if you don't have I believe in the United States, at least, in most places, state taxes are different. So do your own research. But I believe in most states, in most parts of the U.S., if you make less than $10,000 or something like that, then you don't have to pay any federal tax. And so you double check on that, but you would be in a different position depending on how much money you make. So do your own research for sure and look that up. But that's hopefully to help guide you in the right direction, even though you still have to do more work on your own. Do you think the U.S. government would regulate crypto extensively at this point just to save the value of the U.S. dollar due to inflation? They can't, because there's other currencies around the globe. The dollar has a huge portion of the global currency market, but They can't do that. I think that the US government would be way better off embracing cryptocurrency. So no, I don't think they will, especially some politicians not accepting cryptocurrency for donations. I don't think that's going to happen. If it does, that wouldn't be smart, and we'd vote out those people. So it would be silly on multiple different levels. But yeah, so I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't think cryptocurrency poses as big of a threat to inflation as the government itself printing money, and as the government comparing the currency to other currency systems around the world. If the U.S. embraces crypto, it'll still give the U.S. that same advantage that it has in terms of the dollar around the world with the crypto around the world, because the U.S. will own the majority of it. The U.S. needs to embrace it quickly. They shouldn't wait at all. Hey, Matt Wallace, Elon Musk doesn't give anything. He doesn't give a about the Dogecoin community. I don't know if I'm allowed to say hell. I think he doesn't give a hell about the Dogecoin community on YouTube. I mean, obviously we're allowed to say it in real life, but are we allowed to say it on YouTube? Probably. He would have been accepted Dogecoin by now, and so that's where I see what you're saying. But he continues. I'll show you. I'll show you right now. Let's go to Elon Musk's Twitter. So let's see how far back I have to scroll. Not that far, probably. Oh, look at that. I don't care if you sell your Dogecoin. I don't care if you buy a Dogecoin tweet he liked. That was 12 hours ago. A positive one about Dogecoin. Then he's liked more. Let's go ahead and see the other ones, because he's liked more not too long before that. The space race comment wasn't that long ago. The memes are the message. Hashtag Doge. That was 2 days ago. He liked that tweet. He's been liking a lot of Dogecoin memes still. And so we can see those through here. This one, I'm very excited about the reduction. This one's even bigger. I'm very excited about the reduction of transaction fees in the Dogecoin upcoming release. Dogecoin should always be inexpensive to send around, in my opinion. Spread it. And yeah, he's right about that. And Elon Musk liking that. Elon Musk also excited about the new Dogecoin updates that are coming behind the scenes with the devs, as is the case you should be. Everyone, I think, has a reason to be excited about that. But see, if he gave up on Doge, if he didn't care, why would he be liking that specific tweet? Why would he be replying to my tweets and other people's tweets in the Dogecoin community? He wouldn't. He still cares. He's holding off. He's planning this wisely. He wants to make Dogecoin the currency of Earth because he thinks it'll be awesome. And he's going to take a little bit more time. We can't rush with this, or else it will fail. You have to be taking your time. That's the only way to succeed. It is. It's the only way. Matt Wallace, do you think we will spike when the updates come? I think there's a decent chance, but once again, in a bear market, every single bit of positive news has way less of a big impact. And so I hope the news comes once the bull market starts again, which it will start again. Fear not, there will be another bull market. I'll say that extremely loud and clear. There will be another big bull market with cryptocurrency. Dogecoin will be a huge benefactor of that. So let's wait a little bit longer, because we might not have to wait very long at all before that happens. Yeah, do your research. Remember, everyone's coin is the best. No, that's not true. There are some actually legitimately bad coins. For example, if you have a 10% fee, I don't think that's so great. Just sold my dog for Doge. Oh no, don't do that. You're a poor dog. Unless you sold your dog to a nice, loving family where your dog will be happy forever, then I guess that's okay at that point. That's okay at that point. What do you think about AMP? I don't know. So maybe, what if your dog loves you though? I guess it just depends. It depends if what situation you're in life. Because sometimes, even if you love your dog, maybe you can't handle that. What if your job, you got fired or something, you can't take care of your dog anymore? I understand at that point, of course. But also, I think you're joking too. You're joking. You weren't being serious. So none of that even matters. Apple has a Bozo, Facebook has a Zuckerberg, and Dogecoin has Matt Wallace 88. I hope you're saying that in a positive way. I think you are. See, who would you rather have? Matt Wallace 88 or Jeff Bozo? Amazon. Why don't you hire me? So I can make Dogecoin the cryptocurrency of Amazon. Hire me, please, Amazon. I'll be your CEO. Don't worry, I'll do a good job. I know what I'm doing as a CEO of a giant company with all my experience that I have doing stuff and things. I can handle it easy. But CEO of the biggest company, the biggest shipping company in the world, easy. Oh, easy. I can do that in my sleep. Come on, Jeff Bezos, hire me. You can buy that. That's not gonna happen. You can buy. Do you see the Doge going to 15 cents? 35% chance is my calculation. I've been saying that throughout the stream. 35% chance. I do see it going to 15 cents as a possibility. Absolutely, it can. sold my car, and the way that would happen is if we were seeing, especially whales starting to sell, if we were seeing lines of support breaking even more. And the main thing that's going to cause that is if Bitcoin goes down. If major Bitcoin bad news comes out furthermore, which is kind of hard for it to have much worse of a week than this without it really being the true bad levels. Because when you're having a week like this, it's hard to really go worse than that. Sold my car to buy Doge at final stand. You sold your car to buy Doge. It would be probably smarter to just put new money into Doge instead of selling your car. But at the same time, though, I love the enthusiasm. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you don't need your car, if you just want to ride around on a bike and Uber everywhere, okay, you're allowed to take that bet. And also, if when Dogecoin does likely go up in the future, as long as you're patient, then you can, in theory, buy a nicer car once you make money from that. So there's that as well. I bought at 30 cents. No, you're not. No, you're fine. You're gonna be fine. Most likely. You bought at 30 cents. You're down some right now. Everyone is down some right now who's holding. Some people took their money out. If you took your money out, you're not going to be down because you took your money out. I'm still, well, I guess that's not true. Not everyone's down. The people who've been with the channel since the beginning are up, and the reason we don't talk too much about that is because we don't want to make people feel bad who just bought in. And remember, people bought in at 8 cents. It came down. Mia is one of them. She bought in at 8 cents, came down, and said, dang, I can't believe I did that. She was upset about it. Other people, other celebrities, bought in at 8 cents, bought in at 10 cents, came back down to 3 cents, stayed there for a few months. And everyone was saying similar things. It's done, it's over. Did I mess up? Did I make the mistake? But Mia held, other celebrities held, and look what happened after that. Turned out to be one of the most rewarding decisions. Funny Mike as well is one of those who did that. He was just on the live stream not too long ago. I'm getting. Oh, nice. Someone just said he sold his wife to buy the dip. Oh no, that's not good. Don't do that. Thank you, Matt, from me and my dog. Tell your dog I wish him lots of treats and happiness. But let me go and pull up the Dogecoin price right now. What is it doing? I should have looked it up while I was talking. That's my bad. There we go. So there we go. Now we can see what it's doing. 2247. Definitely down a lot. Not positive. And once again, I'm in the same boat. I'll probably end up making most of the gains back through just trading in the market, but I am down big today, and I think the best thing we can do right now is look at our options because we can make the money back. I'm going to be trying as much as I can to really show some of the techniques I use, especially on the Patreon community because that's where I have more time to do that, but I'll do some here too. What happens for Dogecoin if Elon launches his own crypto? He's not going to. Don't worry about that. I mean, technically, what would probably happen is final stand. Well, I mean, we would support it, right? So if people took their money out of Doge and put it into the new coin, well, then we could just make money on the new coin. So I don't think it would be the end of the world. Yeah, at that point, I would still hold a lot of Doge, but I would also be investing in the new one as well. So maybe we'd have two opportunities then to make money instead of just one. I guess that would be the upside of the way of looking at it. The downside way would be, well, if he ditches Doge fully, then that'll be really bad for Dogecoin, and we love Dogecoin. So there's two ways to look at that. But all of that speculation, I say a very, very, very small chance he does that. He's going to most likely just continue supporting Doge, as I think is the right thing to do, especially at this point, how invested he is in it. How much have you lost today? Either 5 or 6 figures. Yeah, I'm down big today. I'm I'm laughing, but I'm not happy about that. It's not nice to see. It sucks. It really sucks. Elon laughing is what people do when they're really upset and they don't know how else to react. But at the same, upset, temporarily upset. I'm not. It doesn't change my long-term view, and I've said that multiple times because it's true. It doesn't. I'm still on the moon. I bought 30k Doge at 0.08, up 6k at final stand, and yeah, that's the other thing too. I'm upset because of the temporary loss, but I'm still up big overall on Doge. A lot of people are who have been watching the channel since the beginning. So it's not my crypto investments. I don't think I've lost money more than a few percent, more than 10 to 20% on any. I've never made a crypto investment that I've lost more than 20% on. I don't think. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Every single crypto investment I've made has either gone. Some of them have gone down a little bit, but almost every single one I'm up pretty big on right now. And it's all just about timing the bull markets, which once we see that next bull market that's coming, that's when we're going to really have these bigger opportunities. Because this next bull market is going to have way more money, way more people, way more countries than ever before. So the next bull market, we're going to really go crazy is what we see. It's going to be insane. It will. Elon having too much power. I mean, I'd rather him have it than Jeff Bezos. Yeah, Dogecoin is doing bad for sure. You're right. It is getting wrecked a little bit. Oh, a lot of it today. You only lose money when you sell it. That's another thing that's true too. But Papa Joe, when will Doge start going back up? Any predictions? Probably before the end of the week. I mean, probably. The only way to know for sure is to be able to predict what news is coming out, and we can't do that, which is why this channel, I'll try to do my best on Twitter too. I'll try to do my best to let you know when the big stories come out. Okay, fair enough. You're saying you're not buying more, you're holding for now. Fair enough. Elon Musk doesn't care about people. I don't think that's true. I think he cares about people. Oh, you lost 10% in Bitcoin as well. Yeah, Bitcoin people losing money too. Every cryptocurrency losing money right now. Not just Doge. Some people saying when's the next bull market coming? I don't think it'll be long from now. But we do have to be cognizant of the fact that it will happen. It will. It always does. And when something always happens, then that's 100% chance right there based on the history. And Pet Over Rose Music says HODL. Hashtag HODL. Speaking of hashtags, let's see how Twitter is doing. What's Twitter buzzing about right now? What's Twitter buzzing about? Oh, hey, look at that. There's a live view of the market right now. That's the market right now. Oh no, 6 months left. Oh yeah, and Billy said, guess we don't got to worry about crypto taxes this year, which I responded to that's kind of funny. I think he's joking. He's joking, but I responded, 6 months left. By the end of the year, Dogecoin is likely going to shock a lot of people with how high it goes. That's true. By the end of the year. If you're worried about whether or not you'll pay Dogecoin taxes or not, well, you probably should be a little worried because you may have to pay a lot of taxes if you plan to take some profits. If you don't plan to take profits anyway, then I guess you can just delay that. But at some point, you're eventually going to take money out. So at some point, you're going to have to pay taxes. So just be aware of what moves you're making and what your taxes are going to look like in the future. Don't account for money that you don't actually have yet, I guess is the way to think about it. This tweet as well. Do what you want, but it is cool to see hashtag buy dip starting to trend. Look at that. Already up to 1,120 likes and 371 retweets. Nice! Coming in with the retweets and chats, showing the positive sentiment, which I think is good. It really is helpful, but at the same time, we're not going to be too overly positive, of course. Over 3,500 tweets. When we first posted buy the dip hashtag, it was at 1,000. So all of us starting to tweet that out and make the tweets go up. Cool to see that. And hopefully it'll actually translate into people buying. And when I say translating people buying, I just mean translating to new buyers. We already are going to be doing what we're going to be doing, but hopefully new people see that and decide, okay, well maybe we can come into crypto. From whoever started it, just stop looking. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, we need to be careful. Overall, should you sell your Doge? I'm not selling mine. I'm really optimistic still. And I don't think there's any reason not to be. Matt, how high do you think Doge can get to? I mean, it can go really high. It can go easily above $5 within the next 5 years. Within the next couple of years, it can go above $5. And, well, I guess not easily, but within reason. Within reason, I guess is a better way to describe it. Also, Ali says, nice. Yeah, some people are going to accept Dogecoin, and I can't read that because I'm not allowed to say those things. But yes, some certain companies are going to accept Dogecoin. And I think you know what I'm talking about by the fact that I can't read it. But anyway, so hopefully we got some good information there. I'm going to be doing another live stream show later today with more information. But I'm Matt Wass. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.